kitchen now.
It's like the grind. Okay. Nice. Start new game. Game options. Oh, here. Fight level. Okay, we'll leave it on. Sound volume. This is a good menu. This is a real good menu. Oh, God. Thank you, Junker. Thank you, FNA, earlier. Retreat to games. Retreat to obscure games. Outer Wilds didn't really get backseated, actually. It somehow didn't get backseated at all. Other than at the end. Cloud Save Redeem, look at the angry fish. Other than at the end, when I was like 30 seconds away from reading like some very like revelatory things, and everyone just told me all those things. Like right before I was about to just read them, you know? That doesn't matter though. Hey, Mr. Mooncat. Actually, the sound of this game is pretty cool. Jesus. Sounded like someone was yelling at me. It sounded like someone was going, Arr! It was just the door opening. Interloper, this and that. Oh man, the interloper crew was really going after me. But I kept my cool. We kept it calm, we were okay. Your name's Tex Murphy. Sounds like someone's yelling in my ear. Arr! Your name is Tex Murphy, a private investigator in San Francisco. The year is 2033, and you've just been hired by a beautiful young lady named Sylvia to investigate the death of her father, Dr. Carl Linsky. Dr. Linsky was a prominent professor at the University of San Francisco and had been working on a secret project. Sylvia had asked him about his work several times, but he would not talk about it. Then a few days ago, he jumped or was pushed from the Golden Gate Bridge. The police are sure it was a routine suicide, but Sylvia thinks it was murder. Your job is to solve the case? Are you kidding me? VGA game in 1989. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I liked Countdown. Access seems like a pretty cool company. I don't remember Killing Moon's story or Pandora Directive too much. Those are remakes of this, right? Is Killing Moon a remake of... Supposedly there's something like that. Puzzwiz in the toilet? Oh, you found...
What's up? Yo, the grind! Yeah!
I just let out some hot Puzzwiz. What's this? What are we linking here? Man, Scott. What's up? Yo, the grind, yeah! And thank you for the 61-bit one. I didn't hear that one. Hey, Matt D. The sound is pretty cool. Okay, yeah. Let's hear that again. Actually, the sound of this game. How's it sound to you guys? What the hell? What is this? What are we linking? I like looking at old Tom clips. What is this? Broom puzzles. I'm a hot broom puzzles. I'm a hot Puzzwiz. You know, I just let out some hot Puzzwiz into the toilet. Nice. Thank you for that random clip, Jeremy. Thank you for that random clip. And thank you, Maceron, for that other clip. What was I gonna say? Your job. Oh, thank you for the Vogue clip, Lily. Thank you. I'll save these clips and put them on my TikTok. If you guys make good clips of the stream, put them in my Discord or put them in chat and I'll put them on my TikTok. Thank you. Are you kidding me though? There's one opening screen. There's like how many sentences? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. And they couldn't proofread 7 sentences to make sure that they didn't get 2 eyes on this. They didn't get a couple eyes on this. They didn't say, hey, come read this, make sure this is right. Your job. No one who wrote, they made this whole game. They made a VGA. They made this technically advanced game in 1989 and no one proofread the intro screen? We got a your situation here. You are Job. All right, so we're Job and we have to solve the case. So our name is Job. You've been given $10,000 cash by your client. What, they used it right here, and you have 5 leads. Please refer to the Getting Started section of the manual for a list of your leads and some important suggestions. Be sure to write things down and be careful when to spell correctly. How about take your own advice? When questioning suspects, use people's full names. Be careful to spell correctly? How can I be expected to spell correctly when you didn't spell correctly first? Hey, Dr. Rock. Complete replay when? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, I have to find the Dr. Rock. I have to find the CD. You can't, that's a game that you can't just like download or anything. I have to find the CD, and I think I know where it is, but I don't think it's here. I have a box of like games I've already streamed that are not here. They're in my parents' basement. I stored some stuff when I moved out of my old house in my family's house, and games I already streamed, I didn't bring them to my apartment. I just left them down there. But yeah, we do have to replay that stupid Capri game. Maybe job is to solve the case is your name. Oh yeah, your job is to solve the case. All right, so that's our name. Our name is job is to solve the case. We have to look at the manual. We have to go into GOG Galaxy, extras, manuals, download them. There's detective information. There's a Mean Streets map, and there's something called Text Expert. Okay, we'll get all these things. It says downloading 0%. Why is it paused? Download, please. Or do I just have to do them online? Why is it not downloading? Resume all. Okay, there. Yeah, now I'm too used to modern games. It felt like we were playing that game forever. My entire brain was taken over by Outer Wild. Alright, so there's a bunch of things here. Text Murphy 1 and 2 manuals. This is Mean Streets. I'd have to maybe unzip all these. Text. Maybe unzip all these. Everyone unzip all these. Mean Streets map. Okay. Remember when we used to play old games? Wow. This is good memories. What did we even play before we played that Alfred Hitchcock game? before we started Outer Wilds. Did we go from Outer Wilds to that Alfred Hitchcock game to Outer Wilds? Yeah. You were meant to spell correctly. I didn't bring Capri, it's not here. I think I know where it is though. Mean Streets manual. So I need to keep track of some crap in this game. Open that with Chrome. Mean Streets manual. Maybe we should open the map too. Detective information chart. I don't know what of these are like hint books. Okay. Alright, that should be everything. So we got the manual. We got the Mean Streets map. What state is that? Is this supposed to be some kind of state from the, which country is this? And then we got detective information. Private Deke. 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 Private Deke. I had a taste for modern games. Deke. Remember Deke? Deke. I'm gonna add a redeem. Look at the Deke. Okay. Take a look at the Deke. We'll add that. Alright. I gotta eat. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's play a little bit. Help available by pressing H. Forward, reverse, left, right. What? What, it was Outer Wilds controls again? Cursor left, down. Are we doing Outer Wilds? Left, right, up, down, all stop, space. External views. Hover up and down, home and end. Jesus. Toggle warp. Phone Vanessa. Phone Lee. Navigation computer. I think you want to use that. Inventory load save. Abort game. Engine sound on off. Bank control on off. Auto pitch. Autopilot. Okay. Autopilot. Autopilot engaged. What was it? Navigation computer. Where are we? Oh, we're supposed to read the manual, right? Let's read the manual. Let's read the manual real quick. Play this at the end of my stream. I want to play that at the end of my stream. Deke. Yeah, I got that. I got that, Marmot. You thought it was Dick, and they weren't fooling anyone. Deke. What is Deke? Is that somebody's last name? Deke, something like that. Hey, Lydium. Hey, I have scrutiny. 3, 2, 1, contact. Oh, guys, we do have a sponsor on the stream.
Welcome.
If you're into compression gear, you can check out Dex. Compression gear. I've been wearing their ankle socky things over my socks because it's cold, and I find it comfortable when I'm sitting at the computer. I got their ankle socky things over my other socks. If you want to check them out, you can use Retro Tom for 20% off, 25% off. Their stuff, Dex gaming gear. It's compression gear for like comfort and stuff when you're sitting at the computer. Deke. All right, let's look at the manual. Let's look at the manual.
Deke.
Here it is. Okay. Okay, if you're gonna be playing the blah blah blah, you're gonna be playing the blah blah blah. You're gonna be playing the initials, maybe. Hey, Finkelroy, maybe initials. Or the X-Files credits. I made that. Real sound. Oh god, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. The story. Let's see. It's Wednesday night, end of September. Unpleasant. I was gonna take vacation when this lady comes in here, and she says, "Are you Tex Murphy?" I'm Linsky, Sylvia Linsky. My father investigate his death, and she says, "I spoke to the police, but they think he committed suicide." How'd you find me? Give me the background. She says, "My father was a professor of neuropsychology at the University of San Francisco for 15 years. He was well respected in his field and had received many awards and research grants. About 8 months ago, he took a leave of absence to work on an independent consulting contract. I asked him about it. He said he couldn't tell me anything, not even who hired him. I rarely saw him after that." I think we have to read this in this case. I don't think this game has an intro, so I think we actually have to read this, at least know what's going on. Some kind of interloper stream? Deke. Deke. I don't know why it's funny, but it is. One night I went to his home. He was upset. It was obvious he had been drinking. He was very evasive when I questioned him. I was worried about him. He was not a drinking man. I asked if I could stay with him, but my persistence only made him more angry. Finally, he agreed to come to my apartment for dinner the following Sunday. That was 3 days ago. I'm not reading all this. I'm just kind of summarizing. Last Sunday, I got a call from the San Fran Police Department. They told me my father had jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. They needed someone to come identify the body. They said a witness saw my father jump. His car was found in a bridge. Because there was no sign of foul play, they're calling it a routine suicide. Okay. Yeah, I like the ankle thingy Saki sucks. I interrupted her. The police are usually pretty good in these matters from what you've told me. My father did not kill himself. He was in serious danger. Even if he had killed himself, he never would have thrown himself into the bay. Because as a child he nearly drowned in the bay and then he's been afraid of water. I also found this fax note in the desk when I went through his things. It reads, "Professor, you were right about these boys. They play for keeps, watch your step, SF. Did you show this to Clements, the police guy?" "Yes, but he didn't consider it important. Miss Linsky gave me 10,000 cash. This is my life savings. Find out what happened." Her story wasn't convincing me it was a murder, but her face and her 10 G's did pique my curiosity. "Thank you, Mr. Murphy." She left. She gave me 10 grand, a lot of money in advance. Then we got to dig up information about Dr. Carl Linsky. I'll start the investigation in the morning. Well, like Professor jumps to his death. It has the times and everything. Tex, you might be interested in this article in the paper. Vanessa. Who's Vanessa? All right. So this game takes place in 2033 in San Francisco, and we're investigating this lady's father's murder death. The first level, there are two basic levels of narration. The first level uses the pronoun I as if Tex Murphy is narrating. The second level uses the pronoun you, reserved for room search sequences. And the usual adventure game ghost is talking to you, executing your requests. Your goal is to find out what happened to Professor Karolinsky. Ask for help if you need it, getting around place to place. Use a flying car called a speeder. You'll be traveling up and down the west coast of the U.S. looking for clues. The speeder is very easy to fly, but it does have autopilot. Yeah, I hear you're supposed to use that. NC stands for navigation code. All the important places have navigation codes. Linsky's office is NC4663. Okay. Let's do that then. Let me just finish browsing this. Oh, this tells you how to start. Okay, so that's all we need to know. Okay. Did I mute this game? What's going on? Where is it? Hey, we're good. We're good. I want to hear some of that intro music again. NC, enter nav code. NC 46666. What? Oh, just put in 4663. 4663. Destination locked. Incoming fax. You have a fax. Here's that article from Vanessa. Who's Vanessa? Who's Vanessa? This reading stuff is for nerds. I'm sorry. Kind of is. I bet the police are sick of the Golden Gate Bridge. Do people jump off it all the time? Do you think? Hey, Barfy. You don't like dolphins? That's the manual explaining first-person and third-person views. Oh. From Vanessa to Tex Murphy Pie. September 25th, 2033. Here's that article on Linsky's death. Noted Oh, that's the one we just read. Steve Clements said a witness saw Linsky jump from the Golden Gate Bridge about 11:20 last night. A Suikide note has also found his home address. Has also found a Suikide note was found at his home addressed to his daughter. A Suikide note. Okay, space for more. Oh, more faxing. I love like. I love when like games from like the 80s or the 90s just had these visions of the future, and it was like, all right, in 2033 you're gonna have a fax machine in your car. Linsky's fiance, Dolores Lightbody, like it wouldn't be like the phone gets easier to use. It's everyone still uses faxes. Linsky's fiance, Dolores Lightbody, indicated that the professor has been under a great deal of stress and had taken leave of absence from his teaching duties. Funeral services are the 24th at 10 on Wednesday at the All Saints Church. Alright, good. Autopilot, nav code. Alright, well, I'm trying to do this. 4663. Destination locked. Destination unknown. Fly this weird car to where we're going. This is really cool that this was in an adventure game. Like, they put this 3D element in here. Like, imagine playing King's Quest in, like, 1980. The first King's Quest was at 86. When was the first King's Quest? Imagine playing King's Quest 1. When did that come out? 84? Where's the list of the games? King's Quest 1's 84, 85, 86. Okay, so the last one you would have played was King's Quest 4. Imagine playing King's Quest 4 and then you load this up and you're like flying around in 3D space. That'd be a pretty damn cool thing. That'd be a pretty damn cool thing that they put this little 3D flying your car mode into it, but it was just do autopilot. Landing pad contact, the exit speeder, press E. Okay. University of San Francisco. The instructor's office is at the University of San Francisco, or small complex attached to the main classroom area. As I walk down the corridor and find the door with Professor Linsky's name on it. I try the door, but it's locked. I pull out my private detective all-purpose door opening kit and quickly pop it open. I scan the office, but it looks like no one has been here for quite some time. There are miscellaneous notes on the desk and textbooks in a bookcase on the wall. I examine the notes, but they don't strike me as important to the case. An additional 5-10 minutes of searching produces nothing I can use. Nothing else to look, see, or do at this location. Shit, that's it? Okay. Really? Oh, okay. Be wise to write down all nav codes, yeah. I don't have any other nav codes. I don't have any other nav codes. Oh, on the map, maybe. Maybe they're on the map. Mount Shasta. Death Valley. Pasadena. I don't have any other nav codes. Was there another nav code? Oh, here. Deke. Carl Linsky, that's his office. Sylvia Linsky, her home. We just talked to her, but we could talk to her again. John Richards, the medical examiner. Let's go there. 4670. Dolores Lightbody was Linsky's fiancée. Steve Clements is the investigating officer in the police. Also find out about MTC Corp, Overlord, Password, Law and Order, Gideon Enterprises, Nexus, Passcard, Insurance. Are these combined, or? Keep track of relationships between people. Write down who knows who. Use extra paper if necessary. Okay. So you're supposed to use this and write down. Manhunter to this? Yeah. It's kind of cool if they have this in here. Rand Scott. Hey, Rand Scott. 1,700 people have jumped from it this year or forever? They have signs that say, think again, you matter. These graphics are what you live for, yeah? You live for these. Me too, Steven. I live for this stuff. I live for this shit. Let's go to the medical examiner. I live for this shit. For this shit. Destination locked. King's Quest 4 was EGA. It was VGA same year. King's Quest 4 was 88. Autopilot. Autopilot. This is just like Outer Wilds. I can just sit back and relax. Make this. This game was very good. Awesome. Was it barfy? Yeah, thanks for barfing. I need to eat. Streamer no good, Joe? Streamer no good? Are we flying? What are we doing? Okay. How are you supposed to do this? You're on your own. Is there supposed to be music? No, don't. Help. I want my music. Where's the music? I want some music to play. I want music! Turn the engine sound off. Game makes me want to play the original faster. Let me put on some music. Let me put on some music. Oh, we landed. Okay. To exit speeder, press E. Alright. We actually are out of the car. Okay. Do some breakdancing. Oh, it ended. I was about to just
Dancing, this and that.
I was just about to do some breakdancing. Oh well. Gotta be faster. Walking inside the medical examiner's office is a truly depressing experience. Long, cold, dark corridors and stainless steel utensils. The music adds to it. I thought so. Stainless steel utensils. Everywhere. They've gotten so busy down here, they've had to install a conveyor belt. Thank you, Junker. Dancing, this and that. Dancing, this and that. Wonder how much longer I've got here before the meat wagon brings me here. From my ride down to the disassembly line, John Richards, the ME medical examiner, meets me in the examination room. He's pretty strange, but it would take someone who's pretty strange to do a job like this. Okay, so this is the third person. Question. Tell me about... Oh, okay, so I have to type it in. Deke. Deke. Mean Streets. Tell me about... So you really do have to write stuff down. I will when I need to. Tell me about Carl. Tell me about Hot Carl Linsky. Linsky. Hot Carl Linsky. Sorry, I can't help you there. Okay. Tell me about Carl Linsky. Tell you about Linsky's death. Nothing odd about this one. He jumped off the bridge, massive shock when he hit, lungs filled with water, dead as a rock. I'll send you a copy of the autopsy report. You can bribe or threaten too. Interesting. I don't think I need to do that. Tell me about Sylvia Linsky. Sorry, I can't help you there. Let's see. Can he tell me about... Would he be able to tell me anything else? Himself. Yourself. Sorry, I can't help you there. I probably had to type his name. Type his name. John Richards. This is kind of cool, though. Digitized. I consider myself a good medical man and an excellent butcher. Threaten. Threaten. Thank you, Joker. Half hour. We got about a half hour. Dolores Lightbody. I don't think we need to ask him about anything else. He just dies. The medical examiner just... He confirms that's how he died. There's nothing else, like, about the death, though. Like, there wasn't, like, blunt trauma, anything like that. He jumped off the bridge. Shock. Dead as a rock. Oh, he's going to send me a copy, right? Okay, so that's probably all we need there. I wish the music would keep playing. Alright, let me... Oh, you have a fax. Let's see here. Tex Murphy 1 soundtrack. Hopefully Nintendo didn't DMCA this one. Tex Murphy Mean Streets. I want to just if they just had that music playing in the background. I guess it's not going to have that one song. Oh well. Okay, John Richards, medical examiner. Oh, we got it already. He sent it to us already. Like tin can music. Was he I think he's holding up a sandwich. He's holding up his nasty, bloody hands. Hey, Dragon Smoke. Did I beat the Quantum Moon? Yeah, Rhombus, we did. We beat the whole game. An autopsy has performed on the body of Carl Linsky. Male, Caucasian, 5'10", blonde, 160 pounds. Brown eyes, 62. Body's cool to the touch with fixed vigor in the extremities. Why didn't they make it come up from the bottom? That's fine. Neck, head, brain. A small burr hole in the skull indicates recent surgery. Structure at base of brain intact. Neck shows massive damage to spinal cord caused by severe impact. Internal examination. The pulmonary system is purple and shows a large amount of blood and frothy fluid in the chest and stomach. Remarks. Death caused by massive shock and drowning. Okay, so we had recent surgery. Maybe I should take notes in this game. Let me take this notepad document from Evil Under the Sun. And let's use this for that. Delete all these. Oh man, remember Evil Under the Sun? Good times. Remember when we played all those games? All those Poirot games? Okay, so Carl. Recent surgery. Structure at base of brain intact. Massive damage to spinal cord. Burr hole in skull. A burr hole? Like a size. Frothy fluid. Frothy fluid in his stomach. Okay, so then you have to look at the thing. Let's go talk to his fiance, which is 4920. Nav code 4920. Destination locked. And go. Go. And go. What music could we play? What music could we play while our thing goes? Here we go. Let's play. Yeah.
You gotta do what? I gotta believe.
Flying our car. Alright, we'll listen to the Parappa soundtrack while we fly. How you guys doing today? Is this Endgame? This is Endgame Outer Wilds. Cambion, thanks for the 71.
Yeah, alright!
Yeah, alright. I don't remember this from Parappa. What is that part? Okay, here, sorry. Here we go. Here we go. So you just have to wait to fly, or you can fly yourself. This is actually dumb. This was cool at first, but then when you actually have to interact with it, it's dumb.
I like to see it.
It's dumb and annoying. I like to see that soundtrack too. Alright, it's actually really dumb. But there's nothing else in the game, you're just going from screen to screen. This is how I dance. Completely out of... Dolores Lightbody lives in a... And that's, why does it end? I want to hear more of that. Dolores Lightbody lives in a well-kept Victorian house in a neighborhood filled with the houses of attorneys and bankers. I walk up to the front door and ring the bell. She answers the door. Miss Lightbody's not what I expected. She's the face of a Saint Bernard. Alright. Carl Linsky. Carl was my fiancé, and he had been quite upset lately. He was worried about the project he was working on. He wouldn't talk about it in specifics. Carl lived at NC 4660. Do we have that one? No, we actually don't. Okay, so we have to write that down. NC codes. Carl's house. 4660. Why does the music end? Like, keep playing it. That music's pretty good. Yeah, you do not play Nintendo on your stream. Nintendo does not want anybody listening to their music. Thank you, Engen. Thank you, Cambrian. I must have missed it, but thanks for those bits. I must have missed one. You slammed your penis in the car door? I'm sorry to hear that. He wouldn't talk about specifics. He was working on a project, but he didn't work there. I think he had a lab somewhere in the city. His work must have been for the government because everything was top secret. Had a lab in the city? We didn't go to his office yet, did we? Oh, we couldn't get in there, right? Maybe that's a different place. His lab in the city. We could bribe her or threaten her. Let's ask her a question. Let's ask about her. Dolores Lightbody. I get the pun. I guess I'm just lucky to be beautiful, but don't try anything with me now because I'm too upset. Come back in a week or so. Tell me about kiss. Sorry, I can't help you there. Tell me about kiss me. Tell me about... Hey tone, hey casino, hey enthusiasm. She's Eric Wareheim. She does look like him. Her name is Lightbody, but she's... Yeah, I think I get that, yeah. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. It's like 1 o'clock. I can't... And this is a reading game, so I'll probably just have to take a break. This is all reading. Let's see. Let's finish talking to her first, though. How about her daughter, his daughter, Sylvia Linsky. Sylvia and I never got along very well. When her father died, she was quite upset. She was even more upset when she talked to Peter Dull. Peter Dull, the insurance agent. It seems the insurance company would not pay the $1 million because her father's death was declared a suicide. Oh, really? Was his name Peter Dull? Peter Dull. Insurance agent would not pay $1 million because suicide. Interesting. 1 milli, is that so? Peter Dull. Peter Dull. He was at Carl's insurance agent. He works at NC 4674. Okay. Peter Dull 4674. I think I need to write down the order I'm doing things, because once we learn about new people, went to, and then to write down what we did, because once we learn about certain things, we need to go talk to people we have already talked to about those people. Went to ME, got facts, got med report, went to Lightbody, learned about Peter Dull, and got Carl's house addy. I call an address an addy. It just kind of like makes it a little quicker to say. Instead of address, I say addy. Even though it's the exact same amount of symbols, I call it an addy. Addy, address, it's the same. You know. Okay, tell me about... Yeah, I think I got that, Rhombus. Tell me about Deke. Deke. Dun dun dun. Hey, Finkelgore, hey, no, me say Sepalinas. Tell me about Voodoo. What do you know about Cabri Sans Corps? Is that what it is? I want to replay the Gabriel Nights. Is it time to replay all the Gabriel Nights? What do you guys think? Can I replay them, or is it too soon? I wonder if you play 1, 2, and 3. Or at least 1 and 2 and 3. At least those 3. I think that's it. Who else could we ask about? We asked about Sylvia. I don't think there's any point in asking about the medical examiner. And then I don't think there's any point in asking about the policeman. Okay, tell me about Bye. I like how there's bribe and threaten. Okay, let's put on our music again. And our...
Nevertheless, you get a lesson from teacher. Now kick. Kick. Punch.
Alright, let's go to Carl's house.
Tap. Block. Block. Once more now. Kick.
4660.
Punch. Jump. Tap. And block.
Why do you not play this again? I don't know.
Kick. It's gonna get rough.
Do it. We should play him again. Do it. Play him again.
Now, duck.
Is that the corner guy disguised as a fat woman? It looks like someone is a disguise. So I wonder if it is a disguise, like in the game. Teddy Murphy just started Gabriel Knight once man hat. So he couldn't share. Oh, Quest for Glory 5. It's amazing if you got that game to work at all. Some guy in a hat. Which Gabriel Knight? I could play the remake. I really like the original Gabriel Knight 1, but there is that remake that I do want to try, but I really like the original a lot, though. The remake doesn't have the voices. It doesn't have Leah Remini. It doesn't have Tim Curry. It doesn't have whoever else is in it. The original is just so good. You don't even need to remake that game. Gabriel Knight 1. It's just so good by itself. It's such a classic Sierra adventure. I don't even know if I do want to play the remake. Maybe I don't even want to play the remake. I wish I could play Gabriel Knight 4 too. Well, I wonder who if Mike Soft, you know, buys Activision and Blizzard. Do you think does Activision have the Gabriel Knight license? Because if so, maybe there could be a new Gabriel Knight. Maybe there could be a new everything with Mike Soft buying Activision. You know? Oh yeah, it does look like Weird Al and Who's Fat. Yeah, the video. Yeah, the Weird Al from the Fat video. Weird Al Fat video. It does look like him. Who's fat, dude? Yeah. It does. It looks exactly like him. It does. Yeah, Weird Al from Who's Fat. Dat rep. Down for Gabriel Knight again? Gabriel Knight again? Thought the remake has new voices. Yeah, it does. That's what I was saying. Who's in the remake? Gabriel Knight 1 remake. Who's the voice in the new one? 20th anniversary edition. Let me look at the trailer and see if it might be worth playing.
What do you know about voodoo?
They say, what do you know about voodoo? I mean, I support, like, redoing Gabriel Knight, but the original is just good. So
what
good.
What do you know about voodoo?
What do you know about voodoo?
Definitely another voodoo murder. Same MO and no freaking clues.
The killings in the newspaper. I know they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
Oh no.
I can smell his blood in your veins.
I don't know if you need to do this. You know, like, I don't know that you actually needed to do this. I support the idea of more Gabriel Knight, but I don't think you need to do this at all. I think this is unnecessary. You know, like putting weird 3D Uncanny Valley animations and stuff. New puzzles and scenes, okay. That might be worth playing for the new puzzles. Bonus content. And then instead of like the cool pixel art cutscenes, you get like these things, you know, like that kind of stuff. I'm not really into those. You know, you get like these scenes, right? and get those scenes. I don't know what the term for this would be, but I think you know what I mean. I'm not saying this is a bad job. I'm just saying the original game is awesome as it is. I don't maybe that wasn't a good idea to remake that one. Graphic bunch of murders. You know, Tim Curry Milkman. Graphic chicken murder is your nickname. Like the Monkey Island remakes, right? Yeah, it is. It's just like the Monkey Island remakes. It's cool. But the original is so good. I've never actually used the remade graphics. Like, what's the term for that style of animation? It reminds me of, like, Flash animation. Because when you use Flash, you would take, like, one part is the head, one part is the arms, you know, and you would animate each individual part. Instead of, like, hand animating it, you would just animate parts. It's like part-based animation. Instead of, like, you know, the really good pixel art animation, which each frame is different, is drawn differently. Yeah, Phoenix Online is cool. I'm cool with Phoenix Online and everything they did. And I like the idea of it, but I don't know if you should take a classic, awesome pixel art game and just, like, make it that kind of 3D Flash animation thing. I do want to play, like, Cognition and Mobius and stuff like that, Rhombus. Yeah, I do want to play those. Especially because you played Cognition, so that can be another thing I steal from you. The 3-story Queen Anne-style home of Professor Carl Linsky has been well kept. I step inside and notice the quaint style of furniture and decor. Nice, we're actually getting a 2D scene here. Okay. You walk around with the keys. Exit? No. Yeah, animated comic, I guess. Like South Park kind of cutout animation. Okay. Decor. Like puppets. Yeah, like puppets, yeah. I'd like to play Jane Jensen's games. We meant to do that a while ago. Alright, so the way this works is kind of like the 3D adventure games, like Grim Fandango and even Escape from Monkey Island, where you wait, what is this? Look, get, move, open, on, off, taste, back. Press enter. Oh, and then you go into these? Alright, takes the cabinet. I'm sure that's what most thorough PIs do when they're examining an object. And this is kind of cool. Wait, so King's Quest V was after this, so this game was trying to do that kind of adventure game interface before King's Quest V. That's really neat. I guess I gotta take a quick 2-minute break and eat something. I'll be right back and we'll continue this. Yeah, modern indie games try to emulate the classics, and then the remakes like add this weird 3D. Gray Matter might be the best one, some guy in a hat. Alright. I think I saw Mobius. I don't think I've seen Gray Matter. The ones I want to play the most are either Gray Matter or Cognition, but Mobius also sounds pretty cool. Right, you enjoyed that one, Robus? Cognition? Hey, Dino. We are winning. We won Outer Wilds earlier, Dino. And now we started this game. But now I have to take a break, though. I have to take a break and eat something, and that's a win. I'll try to go pretty fast. Here, learn about cartoons. Whoops. Learn about cartoons. Okay, learn about cartoons. And I'll be right back. 58, 59, 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Good. Good timing. Perfect timing. That was exactly 60 seconds break. That was exactly 60 seconds break. We pulled it off. Congratulations, everyone. Why can't we listen to that music some more? Okay. Enter. Look at the switch. Looks like a light switch. This game's pretty cool. Look at the cabinet. A standard oak and metal entry table with a fax machine. You have a fax. You scan the bookcase and nothing seems out of the ordinary. Look at the fax machine. So this is the dead guy's apartment. Look at the fax. The fax machine's operational. Look at the message. This is actually pretty cool, this interface. For like, considering that, I guess King's Quest... I wonder if they had seen King's Quest 5. Probably not, right? At this time. If you look back at, like, let's say... King's Quest 5 came out in 1990, right? So if you would look at, like, 89... Computer Gaming Worlds... Like, see if any of these mention, like, King's Quest 5. Like, would you get previews back then? Of, like, upcoming games and, like, the new adventure game interface. Would that happen? I assume King's Quest 5 would be, like, on the cover. If we go to 1990, like, early 1990. See, the Colonel's Bequest is here. So if the Colonel's Bequest is a cover game, then King's Quest 5 would be a cover game. Or at least be, like... written about on the cover. Loom. Maybe this was late. Sierra's first VGA game. Here you go. Sierra's first VGA game. Yeah, Lee 2. Thank you for the 2 sub. How you doing, Lee 2? Appreciate the sub. Thank you. Hey, Dio. Hey, Mollusk. Hey, Lily. Dark Shocks. Everyone that came in. I was taking a break. Poetic. Shenmue. How you doing? How's Mean Streets? We basically just started it, so I can't really say yet. But it seems cool so far. Wait till they get a load of me. Okay, this is like the action Batman Returns game, not the adventure one. I want to play the adventure one. There's an adventure game. That's just Batman. Let me see. Sierra's first VGA game. That would be King's Quest 5, right? Where is it? 16. Oh no, their first VGA game was Jones. Jones in the Jones lane. Life in the Jones lane. It wasn't King's Quest. It was Jones in the Jones lane. I don't know about... because the new interface... the new interface... Jones in the Jones lane. It's not even here. It's not even in here. Not even here. Maybe they didn't write about it till King's Quest 5 is over here. So that was like kind of the nature of things. Didn't quite work like it worked now. What do they say about King's Quest 5? So they definitely didn't see King's Quest 5. That's what I was wondering. They have a review of it. They definitely didn't see King's Quest 5, but I'm kind of curious like how they felt about the new interface. Let me see. King's Quest 5 is a tour de force. You boot up the game. I want to see if they say anything about the interface. The animation is quick. It has a totally non-typing interface, reminiscent of the one in the Manhunter series. Oh, that's true. Everything has a top bar. Once you get the hang of the system, it's simple to use and eliminates a great deal of the repetition found in games of this kind. It's kind of like they pioneered that interface in this game, I think, right? Or did another game do it? Did I have fun with Outer Wilds? Yeah. It was kind of hard. It was a little bit stressful, but we got through it. It was really cool. The adventure game Batman is unfathomable. I'll probably try it off stream and see if I can figure it out. Read the manual. Alright, well that's all I wanted to know. Alright, anyway. Look at this message. A fax. Dear Professor, looking forward to our date Saturday. Love, Sandra Larson. What? That's not his girlfriend. That's not this guy's girlfriend. To his house. Found out about Sandra Larson. Who is Sandra Larson? Sandra Larson. Date with Carl? Saturday. On Saturday. The date might actually matter too. Date with Carl on Saturday. It's got cryptic mechanics. I got a whole basket of raspberries here. You're jonesing for some VGA. I never played that game. Is there another message? Can we get the facts? Okay, we got the facts. Let me look at that switch. It looks like a light switch. Let's turn it off. Oh, we turned it on. The light's turned on. We turned it on. Okay, we gotta walk around and look at stuff. Imagine if that cool song was playing this whole time. It's harder than typing. What is the Batman thing? Are you guys talking about Batman? What are we talking about here? Bar. Well stocked and there's a cabinet door. Open the bar door. Okay. There's a shoebox. Look at the shoebox. Can you use the mouse here? No. There's a shoebox. Open the shoebox. Papers. Look at the papers. I just accidentally got them instead of looking at them. So do I have an inventory? Look at the whiskey. Must have an inventory. The Jack Daniel's whiskey bottle is half full. Get it. Okay, we got that too. How do I have like an inventory? If I go to help. Move the man. Move the man? Why does it say move the man? Why doesn't it say move text? Move the man using cursor keys. If press enter appears in the lower window, press enter to bring up a search system. You cannot move the man while in the search system. Press B to go back to the man. You're calling him the man. I guess because that would have been this engine was supposed to be used in multiple games. I don't think they used it outside of anything other than unless it's in Amazon, because it wasn't in Countdown. Move the man. Use up or down cursor to select an item. Doesn't say anything about the inventory. How do I like? I'm trying to get out of this. It's a little bit. Okay. Inventory. Inventory. Help. How do I get into my inventory? Because I don't know what those papers said. Are you not able to look at them if you accidentally pick them up? Let me see. Searching a room. Take things with you. You'll find things using the get command. If you forget to look at something before you get it, when you return to the speeder, it's in your inventory. Okay. Love Jack Daniels. It's in my inventory. Look. If you use the look command while in the inventory, the item will be in your inventory. Okay, I mean, this is interesting. It's a little bit like, you know, a weird interface if you played modern adventure games, but it's pretty cool for its day. So the papers. Professor, I have possible Nexus system passwords to be decoded. Okay. Nexus system passwords. Isfo. Uekne. Lassen. Toll. Nodgar. Gnop. Oh, these are words. I see. Gnop would be Pong, maybe? Pong? Nike would be King. King. Orc would be Rook. Rook. NAPW would be Pawn. Mac would be Checkmate. Checkmate. BMGTAI. I don't know. CLBAK. Black. Nictage. Night. Night. Wait, I skipped one. Hold on, I skipped some. Oh, I skipped a whole row. Et Sail Mat. Et Sail Mat. I don't know off the top of my head. SLCTAE. I don't know off the top of my head. Night. Nick Chig. Night. Black. White. TEWIH. TEWIH. White. Nexus system. So it's all to be decoded? Why would it have to be decoded? But even people refer to video game lives as men. Yeah, me too. I got 5 men left. Something about referring to things in a video game as men makes me mad too. Ispaho. I don't know. Queen. Lassentol W. What do you got? You got the queen, the king, the knight, the rook, the bishop. The first one is bishop. I don't know what else you got. Nodgar. Ragdon. Ragdon. You've played Etzitmak. Checkmate. Pong. Would it be Pong? Gnop. Would it be Pong? Would it be open? Opong? Opnug? Is there indie games the professor liked? I mean, we got a lot of chess ones. We got black, white, knight, pawn, rook, king, queen, bishop. That's all the pieces, right? There's no other pieces. There's like checkmate. There's check. Slick-tay. This is like Wordle. Slick-tay. How do I figure out games like this so easily? How do you? No one could ever decode these passwords. Tealx. CLEAT. Cleats? Cleats? Is that one cleats? CLEATS. Cleats? I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with me, Dave. I couldn't solve Outer Wilds. You can help with some of these? Oh, I don't care if you help with some of these. I don't think I care too much. What's Nodgar? Dragon. Nodgar's dragon. Lassentol I think it starts with a W. Maybe. Lot Neslau Note Lasal. I don't know what that one is. I think Nodgar is dragon. BMG tie is Bait Mig or mate type Tim Gib. Nodgar's dragon. Slicktay's castle. Okay. Slicktay is castle. What if it's cleats though? Castle. Makes more sense to be castle. Tesselmat. Lactzy. Hey, Hamburglar. Lassensol is Stonewall. Okay. Stonewall. Is it Pong? Do you think GNOP is Pong? Or do you think that's something else? What else would it be? It has to be Pong. That has to be Pong, right? GNOP. What do you think it has to be Pong. Can't be anything else. Can it be something else? No. Gomp? It's either Pong or Gomp. Stalemate. Yes, okay. Like that one I could like taste. I could taste that it was stalemate, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Alright, so I think we got them all. Bishop, Queen, Stonewall, Dragon. Dragon? You think it's Dragon? Pong, King, Rook, Pawn, Checkmate. Wait, I don't have Tim Gib. What's BMG tie? What's BMG tie? Mig Tib. What's BMG tie? Gnop does sound like a goblin. I'm eating so many raspberries right now. What's GMG Gib? Rhombus, are you really an anagrammer? What does that mean? Is that like a group of people? Gambit. Yeah. Gambit. That's it. Gambit. Pong. Pong sounds kind of weird. Pong sounds kind of weird. Why is it in there? Gambit. Okay. I'll be in touch. SF. 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 SF again. Didn't somebody else write the SF? SF. Wrote. Where did we see SF before? I already forgot. Where did we see SF before? I can't remember, but we saw SF sign something before. SF wrote the codes to Carl. SF wrote the codes to Carl. Hey TJ, let's play some Roller Coaster Tycoon co-op. That would be fun. If it's even possible. But why does it say pawn down there? Reclaim pawn. I can pawn items. Look at whiskey. Jack Daniels whiskey is half full. The Jack Daniels. I keep hearing Tex Murphy's voice. Oh, you can just pawn things? That's a good plan. $10,000. Okay, this has the feel of a very old DOS game. Where did we see SF before? San Francisco? SF. Another note was signed SF and I can't remember what. Okay, this is the guy's house he's dead. You're half typing through life don't get much better than this. Oh, for Gambit? Oh man. That would have been good. Because I would have read it and be like, what are you talking about? And then it would have been like 5 minutes later I would have been like, oh, you're mentioning Gambit. Life don't get much better than this. Sherry. You gotta put Sherry in there and then I would really get it. Mall Sherry. Rogue. What's Rogue's name? Okay. Bookcase. Makes him feel like it's very lumbering to walk around. He feels very sluggish. Look at the bar. Alright, we already got all that stuff. Taste the bar. Yuck, you're obviously not a gourmet. Alright, I'm glad we went from like a really good game, like a really another good game, to a really, really other good game. Look at couch. The couch is an antique 1960s contemporary style. Look at the coffee table. The coffee table's made of brushed aluminum. What? It looks brown to me, homie. Brown aluminum? I had never seen no brown aluminum before. SF was the note in the manual. It was? Oh yeah, that other... Thank you. Yeah, it was this note. This one up here. Professor, you were right about these boys that play for keeps. Watch your step. Yeah. Yeah, right. Thank you. Look at the chess set. Oh, the chess set! The chess! The chessboard is set up with all the pieces except one. A bishop is missing. Not a bishop, you mean an ispo. An isbipo. Isbifo. An isbifo. Okay, Carl's house. Went to his house. Found out about Sandra Larson. Got papers. Bishop is missing. Does that mean that's the password? A bishop is missing. This stuff seems familiar. Is this Killing Moon? The handwritten note says, I'm going to get you for failing me, Linsky. Found a note that says, gonna get you for failing me, Linsky. Dun 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 dun. Alright, I'm never playing a modern game again. Let's look at plant. A miniature palm tree mutation is set in the corner. Get it. Can we get it and pawn it? Too awkward to carry around. Won't fit in the trunk. Get the couch. Get the coffee table. Look at the coffee table. Get the chess set. Get it. Securely fastened down. Can we get the note instead? Okay, we got the note. The way this works is cool. It's a busy looking lump of pixel, isn't it? Pretty busy. I love how fast he walks too. It's awesome. You can't speed it up. Pretty sick. Pretty sick how fast he walks. He's like marching. And march. March. March your little feet. He looks like a child that put on a trench coat. And is like, okay, we're going to do the march of the trench coat, weirdos. The password is cleats. Password must be cleats. Look at the chair. Executive swivel chair. The desk key's on the seat of the chair. Get the desk key. Display case. The display cabinet is protected by a magnetic field. You notice 2 slot screws partially hidden and surmise that you could shut down the field if you had a slot screwdriver. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to take notes. Need screwdriver for slot screws here. Okay. I'm gonna like just put it in capitals so I remember. Look at the statue. Inside the case is a historical artifact, the Maltese fruitcake. Carbon dated as the oldest fruitcake in existence. It dates back to 16th century Europe. Nobody wanted to eat it then either. Value $4,000. Oh, maybe you have to... Money might be a component. Okay, so maybe you can get money if you unlock this. This game is like comedy. The Tex Murphys are all comedies. They're all kind of weird. They're like comedy, serious things. I'm not putting my lips on that. I had Colonel Sanders in the top right. Yeah, it's a pretty good move, Jim. Outer Wilds is the interloper. Dave's an interloper. I finished Outer Wilds? Yeah, we did. Can I click this, please? We could play this in the background. There's nothing else going on in this game. Look in the trash can. There's a lease in here. Leases for space in the Bridgeview warehouse, located in San Francisco. Might as well play something. Okay. Okay, we found Bridgeview warehouse location. Was rented by Karlinski. Rented by Carl 10 months ago. Is the piano in this version though? We need the piano. We need the piano. Oh, that says the piano. Okay. We need the piano. But I'm not going to spoil Outer Wilds. Are you a snatcher? Yeah. Yeah, the interface, the texty interface. Okay. So we have to write that down. Bridge, view, warehouse, 4675. Okay. And look at the note. The note is a handwritten letter to Dolores Lightbody. It says, Dolores, I'm calling our relationship off. It has nothing to do with Sandra Larson. I just know there are other whales in the sea, and I... Can we take that note too? And we get the lease as well? Okay. Carl called off relationship with Lightbody. Did he give her the note? Doesn't seem like he gave her the note. Can I get the trash can? Give me. Look at the desk. Brushed aluminum work desk. Why is everything aluminum? Brushed aluminum. Everything's brushed aluminum. Green Scott redeemed, try a snack. Alright, the snack of the day is a raspberry. Thank you for redeeming that, Rand Scott. Yeah, let's look like he's marching. I think we've got some, Here's a snack. We have a snack. We have a snack. We do have a snack still. We have a snack called Tyrell's hand-cooked vegetable crisps. Veg crisps. Parsnip, beetroot, and carrot crisps with sea salt. Great taste, it says. And there's a man holding gigantic vegetables. The back of it says, bigger and better, oh I say. We've mastered the art of creating the largest, loveliest vegetable crisps. Produced by our master fryers and made with love. Expertly seasoned. Crisps, huh? Do they mean chips? I guess they mean chips. What was that? I think that was a parsnip. That was pretty good. Here's a carrot, I think. That's pretty good. Here's a beetroot. These are pretty good. I like these. Are these actually good for you? I feel like these aren't good for you. It's just you're eating all the oil and everything of a potato chip, but maybe it has extra vitamins in it. They're very good. These are very good. They taste like potato chips. Yeah, I can whistle. The men today, look at how I massacred the bag open. I don't got time to play around. They're very good. These are good. This is good. These are very, very good. But I don't know that they're that better for you than chips. Because they're still fried and salted. They're still like deep fried. What does it say? Per pack. 216 calories per pack. 15 grams of fat. See, it still has like the fat. It still has 216. Like, what is this? 40 grams? What's like a little bag of chips? Potato chips, small bag, nutrition. Carbs and chips, regular Lay's small bag, 150 calories. It has more carbs. It has more calories. This has more calories than just potato chips. But you're eating vegetables at least. I don't know. Is it better? I like it. You're good though. You're really good. But they're higher calorie. I don't know if there's other considerations. I don't know health. I don't know health. What's the carbs? Oh, 16 carbs. It's the same amount of carbs as it's still a little bit more than the chips. The chips, it says 15 carbs. This says 16 carbs. These are good though. I like these. But I won't get them. Nope, potato's not a vegetable. Potato's a fruit. Nope, you can't trick me. The piano! Just side drawer. Okay. Whoa, there's weird sounds in this game. Digital tape. 2-inch digital audio tape. Grade sheet. Retrograde sheet. The grade sheet is for an advanced psychology course. The name of one student is circled Blaze Wiener. The grade he received is an E. Okay. Blaze Wiener. Got an E. And advanced psychology. This is a solid detective game so far. Blaze Wiener. Hey Zerp, not sponsored now. Right now we're only sponsored by Dex Gaming Gear. If you want to check out their compression gear for comfort when you're sitting at your computer, you can use RetroTom 25 for 25% off. I have been wearing these toeless socks, which I put over my other socks. And I find it to be very comfortable. But they have lots of other stuff if you want to go check that out. It's like the grade sheet. Should we really listen to this the whole time? In your country, you call potatoes earth fruits. Know what I really like? Sweet potatoes. Eat many healthy foods that are high in calories. Well, when people talk about losing weight, they always say you want to be calorie deficient. I'm not an expert though. I just know what people told me on Instagram. Hey Niakan, you're back from Maryland. It smelled like snow. Oh, I love snow. Did you get you get any crab biscuit down there? Maryland, some clam chowder? Do you can? Hey Luna, you get any clam chowder? No car, no good, Luna. There's a really good website for looking up cars. I forget what it is though, so I'm not going to be able to help you. Smells like snow. You know how snow just kind of like has a scent to it? You know? It kind of has a scent to it. Do a whistle, whistle. Oh, whistle, 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 whistle. Whistle. Can't picture what I'm saying? Sorry, Bomber. Snow. Get some clam chowder and some Old B. Cross the border to eat crab cakes in Pennsylvania? That's weird. You went the wrong way. Looks like a modern digital audio tape player. On. You slip the tape you found in the desk into the tape player. The voice on the tape cries out, "They're in my head, they're in my head."
They're in my head! They're in my head!
They're in my head, they're in my head. I thought it was like, they're in my head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Random. Tape in Carl's house says, they're in my head. Zombie. I guess he's not a... Who did the zombie? Who did the zombie? Can we do that again?
They're in my head! They're in my head!
They're in my head. They're in my head. They're in my head. Oh, the cranberries. Yeah, that's who they are. The cranberries. You're going to turn me into the cranberries? Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't turn me into the cranberries. Hey, Salvage Bar. Thank you for playing this jank. Would you mean to type that in a different stream? I like this game, though, so far. But, you know. Solid oak cabinet. Open the door. Okay. Book. There's a lot of stuff in here. Psychology textbook written by Carl Linsky. A page is marked. Open it and look at the page. You open the book to the page marked and see what appears to be a combination to a safé. Really? What's the combination? The safe combination is... Safe safé combination. They're in my head! They're in my head! Combination is 37, 3, 16. We're getting a lot of clues from this place. The cranberries, yeah. New fire causes silence. We can't be mistaken. And their tanks, and their bombs, and their tanks, and their bombs. In your head, they are fighting. I'm pretty good. We should do a Cranberries. What is this now? We got to do an REM cover band. We got to do a Cranberries cover band. What was the other one? Black Hole Sun cover band. Their tanks, their bombs. You know there was a cover band for Cranberries that just someone just doing that. You know there is. Let's do it. Cranberries cover band. I don't even care if it's DMC. I got to hear the person imitating. Here you go. The Cranberries tribute band, The Journey. And their tanks. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, it is. It's just a girl doing... It's just a person doing the same voice. Alright, okay, we got the combination, we got a book. Do we have to go back? Don't taste that. The painting. The painting is an antique landscape. People used to buy these at Kmart. Get the painting. You know, the time of the tools. And their tanks, their bombs. I didn't know I was a lead singer. I am. I'm the singer of Vitamin C. What's vitamin C? Cranberries are high in vitamin C. Serge Tankian, who's that? Who's that Raspinall? And bet the crunch berries. No, there's got to be somebody else who's that one was too professional. I want one that like, you know, that like plays for like $20 in a club, you know, that plays like a 5-hour set in a club, you know, for $20, something like that. That's what I want. I don't want like a professional one. Hermitage Green, tribute to the Cranberries.
From you.
We're not going to find it. It's just a bunch of like... We're not going to be able to find it. So what's the cabinet key for? Because this cabinet is open. Oh, no. It doesn't seem to want to open. I mean, it already opened. It's already open. Can we get this book? Get this book too. Capri Sun, that would be good. Randall Scott. Did she die from tanks and guns and bombs? Rhombus, that's very inappropriate to talk up to have someone else's memory like that. The display case. Oh no, we have the key to it, right? Can't we use the key? Don't disrespect her memory like that. You receive a powerful shock when you touch the glass case and the burglar alarm is shut off. You have 5 minutes to shut it off before the police arrive. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I haven't saved this whole time. It's okay. How do I save the game? Can I just run away? Maybe I have to set it off? How? How would I set it off? I don't know how to set it off. I think I just have to run away. Can we just run away? Crap. I don't even know how to save the game. How do we leave? Can we just leave? Oh wait, you can't get out. Oh crap, how do we set it up? Maybe it's the switch? Crap, how do I save the game? That wasn't it. We have to find the off switch. Where would it be? Where would it be? Where is it? I don't know where it is. Something at the desk? The display case. I could shut down the field if I had a screwdriver, but I don't. Off. Taste. You don't use your inventory, which is weird. You must have to have the right object. And there tanks, and there bombs, and there tanks, and there bombs. And there tanks, and there bombs. Alright, we get it. There's tanks and bombs. Alright. Enough, lady. Look, lady, we get it. There's tanks and bombs. You don't need to keep saying it over and over. We get it already. You'll never make it, kid. What is your band name? The Cranberries? You'll never make it in this town. Not with a name like that. The couch, the coffee table. Move the couch. You want to hurt your back? Move the coffee table. Okay. We moved it, but nothing happened. You'll never make it, kid. And why is your voice making that weird sound? I don't like it. The kids will never like it. Hey, Pine. I found a cover band called the Blackberries, but they're too good. Yeah, we need a really bad one. I remember when I went out to, like, you go to certain clubs or whatever, and there would always be a cover band. I think the one I remember the most was this Journey cover band. It's very easy to get the crowd hyped up if you're a Journey cover band. There's guns. Yeah, there's guns. Is this game timed? Well, it is now. We have to figure out how to turn off the alarm. But I don't know how. I think you must need a screwdriver. But I don't have one. And it closed the door, so I think we're screwed. We'll see what happens. But I'm a detective, so I think it's okay that I'm here. But maybe not. Do we look at the bookcase? Open the facts. Open the bookcase. Move it. Can't tug it. Move the cabinet. Fasten down. Open the cabinet. Doesn't want to open. Which cabinet are we talking about? Didn't I have a key? Open the on-off switch, turn that on again. I don't really see a place to turn this off. I guess since the wings cover are back in black. I don't think so. Ate too much pizza. That's good. Was it named Destination? I don't know what they were called. I just remember them for whatever reason. Look at the bar. I don't know how to turn this off at all. I think you must need the correct item. You have to let it linger. Maybe. Yeah, you have to. You have to. If we can't laugh about tragic overdoses, what can we laugh about? Farts and butts. That's it. You only laugh about farts and butts. I think that's it. I think that's it for us. What's going to happen? I mean, we're not going to get arrested, right? Are we going to lose our items? Are we going to lose all our items? Restart the whole game? Are we going to have to restart the game? I don't know how to save the game. How do you save your game? I think you have to save your game in your car. I didn't do that. We should see what happens when you get caught. I just wish I could leave. Yeah, I can't really play music on the stream nowadays on Twitch. It's not a good idea. Twitch's idea of protecting streamers from like DMCA abuse is making deals with the record companies so that the record companies will first warn you without giving you a DMCA right away or something. and letting you know that the record companies are going to be making their own channels where they can play their music, but you can't do it. It's kind of a weird thing. Kind of a weird thing. There is no protection. There's no protection on Twitch, really. You just don't play anything you don't own. You were caught by the police and thrown in jail. Game over. Oh, jeez. Okay, wow. Okay. I didn't save at all. Let's load this one. Where did it... Wait, do we have saves? Where are we? Oh, what does this save? Is this at the beginning? Oh, that's Sylvia's house. But we didn't have a... No. No. No, we don't want to look at that right now. We weren't doing that. Why was that? What was that a save from? Which save was that? We didn't make a save. We didn't make any saves. So it has, like, saves. Someone who knows about farts. Good, 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 good. Twitch sings, yeah. Then it died. Probably because... I would guess because too expensive, yeah. Our game wasn't saved, though, right? Our game wasn't saved. Where is this? It seems to have saves. What? It seems to have saves from you from like different parts of the game. This is just the GOG version of the game. It has saves from various parts in the game, like by default in the GOG version of the game. That's really weird. Or maybe the game just has that by default. I don't know. That's strange. What do we do? I really didn't expect that to happen. I was just investigating, you know, and I thought I had the cabinet key. I actually thought I had the key to the cabinet since I had picked up a cabinet key and the key wasn't used for anything else. I didn't think we were going to get burglar alarmed and then game over. Joker, thank you for dancing. Slave Jobs ate too much banquet, got 4 family-sized meals, now you're sweating. They all had too much salt and lacking sugar. I'm sorry. Too much salt and no sugar. That's weird. This part. I was almost thinking we'd like play this another time. I mean, we don't... I don't think we need to talk to those people again, but we need to like re-pick up all those things. We might need to go talk to those people again, but we need to go pick up those things. I have all my clues. I don't know exactly how this game works. If you have to actually see things to trigger things. We can go back to Carl's house. That's kind of a rough one there. That was an accident. That was an accident there. She drowned in a bathtub? Yeah, it doesn't sound like a scream. Earlier, it was a funny moment. It was a funny moment earlier. I guess we just do it again. There's that fax. I would assume you don't need to actually see the things. You just have to know the locations to go to. You have to find the right locations and find the right items. If you didn't pick up items, then you're probably okay. Kinda sucks, we just lost some progress, but we can slowly move around that house and get everything again. Then go talk to those people real quick again. Okay. Look at this. Look at that on the Switch. Dun dun dun. Do 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 do. Open the cabinet. This is the Oh, this is the cabinet. But I had the key. I don't think. I think it still didn't open. I think it still didn't open. Look at the facts. Look at the message. Get the message. Sandra Larson. I already wrote that down. Okay, we come down here. This actually isn't that bad. Can I land on the Sun Station with Tex Murphy? Yeah, I bet I could. Look at the bar. I bet I could. Look at the bar. Open the bar door. Open the bar door. Open the shoebox. Look at the papers. Look at the papers. The papers. Get the papers. Okay. Go back. The thing is, like, the menu is not super responsive. It's like delayed. I wish it was more responsive. That's always like I'm pressing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just pressed left 10 times and it moved 6. It's eating my inputs. This game's eating my inputs. This game is eating my inputs. Okay, let's open this cabinet. That one doesn't open. Move the cabinet. I moved it. Nothing happened. Oh, you move it is just like looking behind it. Oh, the cabinet key was for this cabinet and I just didn't notice. Okay. Oh yeah, I landed on the Sun Station and I don't know. Oh, the desk key. That was what it was? Okay, don't try to take the statue or open the case. Not a good idea. Look in the trash can. Get the look at the lease. Look in lease. Look at the lease. Look at the note. Get the note. Okay, open the desk because we have the desk key. Look at the desk. Open the drawer. Then look. Get the digital tape. Look at the digital tape. 2-inch. Digital tape. Look at the retrograde sheet. Grade sheet of Blaze Wiener. This is very quick, actually. I think. And then when we use this.
They're in my head! They're in my head!
Someone's saying they're in my head. That's what sparked the whole cranberries discussion. Alright, and we look at the cabinet and then open the cabinet door. And then we look at the book. There's a combination. A page is marked, so you open the book. You get a combination. You read the combination. You get the combination. You go to the cabinet key. This is what I don't know what this key was for. Get the key. Maybe you're supposed to look at the cabinet key and get the book. Okay, go back. Open the painting, like move the painting. Open it, move it. There's a safe back there. There's a safe. We missed the safe. There's a safe back there. Open the safe because we have the combination. And there's money in here. $1,000. $1,000 cash. Anything else in there? A safe. Okay, nice. We actually... Now I understand that move. You needed to move things. I wonder if you can move the case. I'd want to save my game first, though. I don't want to have to do this again. Let's see, like move the chair. Okay, nothing happened. Move the case. Shh. Damn it. We set it off again. I'm going to look up how to turn off the alarm. Tex Murphy, Mean Streets turn off alarm. Mean Streets. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Set off an alarm. Dong, dong, dong. Set off an alarm. You look at the bar, open the door. There's a switch in there. Okay. There's apparently a switch in the bar. Police. Thank you, Madigan. Police. The web is detecting photons. Now the telescope needs to chill. Nice. This sounds like Outer. So I was supposed to go back here. There's a cabinet door. You open the door. Or you look at the door. And then open the door. It's already open. Move. Oh, you move the shoebox. There's a switch behind it. Okay, so you have to try to move things. Okay, flip the switch. Okay, I like that. Okay, we're okay. We're okay, chat. Unleash. Ah. Oh, move the shoebox. Thank Crooked Rain. Thank you. I just saw that. Is a car. Kick piano. Hand on bartender. Hand on bartender. Doom, doom, doom. So, can I just open this or no? Open it. Move it. Look at it. Take the statue. Get the statue. Okay, no. It didn't open. Okay. I was just seeing if we could, since we know we can turn off the alarm. I wonder if that hurt my health. Look at this slow little guy. Massive pixels. Part of this jankiness reminds me of, like, Beverly Hillbillies. Like, how janky that was. But I can tell that there's a good game here. I can tell that. But there was a little bit of a good game in Beverly Hillbillies, too. Hey, Meowmex. Open the door, get on the floor, everyone walk the dinosaur. I don't think that's what we need to do. Ben. The couch is an antique ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling. Look at the coffee table. Move the coffee table. Okay, look at the chess set. The bishop's missing. Move the chess set. Get the chess set. Look at the note. Get the note. Okay. Go back. Look at the plant. Actually, we probably have to look at the plant and try to move the plant. Look at the plant. Move the plant. Nothing. If it doesn't... it says okay, but if nothing happens, that means you don't do anything with it, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you have to do stuff like open the plant. I think we're done. Unless we get a screwdriver for that case. But we got a cabinet key. I think that's over there. To the right. The Hillbills, yeah, definitely defined a generation. Definitely. Did we look everywhere? I think we did everything here. We tried to move everything, I'm pretty sure. Tex is a little bit of a slow guy. A little bit of a slow guy. And this doesn't leave you wanting. It doesn't? Okay, look at the cabinet. Move the cabinet. Open the cabinet. Well, we got a cabinet key. Look at the cabinet. No doors. Look at the bookcase. Nothing. Move the bookcase. Move. Look at the. Move the fax machine. Okay, so I guess we're done here for now. Exit, and you can save in the car, right? Save game D. Load save game is D. Save over the first one. Save game 0. Oh, that's great. So I have to just kind of remember. Okay, you can't even name it or anything. All right, well, I guess we'll save over the top one. Hopefully you can't get that ended too badly here. All right, so we got his house. We also got Peter Dull, the insurance agent's code, who didn't want to pay the $1 million because the guy's death was a suicide. We could ask about Blaze Wiener. You can ask about Sandra Larson. We can go to the Bridgeview warehouse, which this guy rented. We can go back to Lightbody. We can go back to Lightbody's house and ask about Sandra Larson, because it seems like she knows about Sandra Larson. So let's go there. 4920. And don't exit. Let's listen to some music on the way. Hey Paranoid, good afternoon. The couch looks pretty bad. It's like the kind of art that would be from Beverly Hillbillies. This is 89, David, yeah. The bar looked more comfortable than that. I didn't even look at the couch. Save and load is D, yes. Load, I guess, yeah. That's California, beautiful California. D for disc, yeah, D for disc.
Here we go now, kick, punch, block.
Kick, punch, block.
Chop, kick, block.
Jump, kick, block. Oh, we made it. Listen to the Parappa soundtrack. Yeah, 89, this would have been crazy. But right now, I think it's annoying. In 2022, it's annoying. But in 89, this is very cool. The way this game works, you're flying over California in your cool flying car from location to location, finding clues. This is very cool. I get a daily. Oh god. Yeah, this music slaps. Ah, it's over. Wait, it's still going? Dolores Lightbody lives in a well-kept Victorian house in a neighborhood filled with the houses of attorneys and bankers. Oh, why does it end right there? Keep playing it. Keep playing it. I want to hear more. The music slaps. D. What do you think is D for? What do you guys think is D? The D is for?
Deke.
Yeah, I agree. It is for Deke. Rapping, this and that, dancing, this and that. You live in California, yay. Oh my goodness. You live in California. What's it like out there? Volcanoes? I walk up to the front door and ring the bell. She answers, this is Miss Lightbody. Okay, so we didn't talk to her yet, though, in this playthrough. So we have to ask about Carl Linsky. Sorry, what was his name? Carl I thought it was Carl. Ask about Carl. I have to say the full name. Carl. What was his name? Linsky? Carl's my fiance. He'd been upset. He was worried the project was running. I wouldn't talk about it in specific. He lived at his house. She lives at his house. Everything. He also had a lab. He had a lab too. She looks suspicious. Look how suspicious her ass looks when she's blinking like that. I think this might be like an agent dressed up as somebody. Because she looks suspicious. She looking suspicious, man. She looking suspicious. Let's go with Sandra Larson. She's a no-good tramp who tried to steal Carl from me. Whoa, she's mad. Let's ask about Blaze Wiener. She doesn't know Blaze Wiener. Let's ask about her the daughter Sylvia Linsky. Just to say the things that we know that we can say. Insurance agent. Didn't want to call it, pay the money. Okay, I think that's it. A little bit of nightmare fuel. Thank you, Blobo, for the dance club. I'll put that on my TikTok. I get a daily. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why'd you have to clip that part of it? I'm going to get that person yelling at me on YouTube again. By the way, thank you for following my YouTube. I'm smelling something weird. Hold on. Hunting treasure redeemed. Look at the angry fish. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing. Thank you for following my... Thank you for following my YouTube where I put VODs. It looks like I'm raking in the dough on there. It looks like so far I have earned 87 cents. So thank you very, very much. It wouldn't have been possible without you guys. Thank you. In 2 days, I earned 87 cents. So we're killing it on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're killing it on YouTube. I mean, I don't want to like, I'm not trying to brag, but I like to be upfront, transparent about this stuff. And I just want to be thankful as well. Thank you. 87 cents, baby. 87 cents, baby. Random word. Yo, your random word is logo griff. Riddle in which word is found from other words' letters. Logo griff. Hunting treasure. Hey, Chaos. Did I misspell wiener? No, that's what it... I actually don't know. It was, if you look at the grade sheet... W-I-E-N-E-R. No, it's W-I-E. Blaze Wiener. If we look at the key, a small desk key, a file cabinet key. Maybe that's for the file cabinet in his office or his lab. Ow, my toe. I'm fine. David Pizon, thank you for the 1 bit. Thank you.
I will go then.
Alright, Raspinall, take it easy. Thank you for the bits. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
My boy
Joe's in the house. Give it a shout out later. Thank you, David. Make 87 cents on YouTube, nobody cares. 87 bits on Twitch, a way bigger deal. Yeah, why is that? It's way more impactful. Thank you, Raspinall, for the 87 cents. You doubled my YouTube earnings. Thank you. And David Pizon, you more than tripled it. Oh, no, it doesn't suck. I'm just being silly because, you know, I'm just being silly about it. Where are we trying to go now? Okay, we have to pick a place to go. We should go to Sylvia. We should go talk to the daughter. Well, maybe we need to get more clues first before we go talk to the daughter again. Let's try to go to his office. Let's try to go to his office again, because now that we have that file cabinet key, we might be able to get into his file cabinet. Alright, let's listen to some music on the way. A different song, though. Mansion.
That was cool.
That was cool, Mansion Hands. Thank you.
Step on the gas. Step on the brakes. Step on the brakes.
Autopilot. You fly from place to place. You can fly without autopilot.
Step on the gas. When I say boom, 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 you say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between.
Just
Come on,
riding your car.
Step on the gas. Step on the gas. Step on the brakes. Step
Driving
on
my
the
car.
brakes. Step on the brakes. Step on the brakes.
Arm inside the car.
Step on the gas. I'm glad you know which way to go, but it
Oh.
ain't gonna stop me. Here we go. Check
So I
and
drive.
turn the signals to
How
the
do you guys drive?
right. And turn the signals to the right. Now turn to
Turn.
the right. Now
Turn to the right. Driving.
And turn the signals to the left. Check
Drive like
and
this.
turn the signals to the left. Now turn to the left. Now turn to the left. Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Blaze Wiener.
We got an emergency, can't you see? Do you know why we stopped the car? Do I know why we stopped the car? Gas,
W for
gas,
warp speed?
What? Do you know why we stopped the car?
Okay.
Do I know?
Let me see. Yeah, toggle warp. Oh, okay, cool. Toggle warp. Yeah, you gotta fly up, and then you gotta lower. You gotta land. I wonder if you have to land manually. You gotta land. I definitely don't want to do that. But here's the office. We popped open the door. You scan the office. No one has been here for some time. There's miscellaneous books and stuff. Nothing at this location. It says there's nothing at his office. But it said he had a secret lab. So that might have been the warehouse that we found the coordinates for. The other people from the manual, the office, the daughter, the medical examiner. We might as well go there just in case we have to. Then we'll save the game. It's actually pretty quick to catch up, but I don't want to lose my progress again. Medical officers 4670. Let's try the warp speed thing. Don't exit. Warp speed. It is a toggle. I'm pressing W. Oh. I can't tell what's... I think it's already on. I don't know. I'm pressing it. I'm pressing it over and over. That seemed a lot faster. Oh. I don't know. I can't tell if that was faster or what. Step on the gas. Hot take music and Power App 2 is better than 1. I think it's different from 1, right? So then it sounds weird at first. But if you actually listen to it, it actually is pretty good, right? Long cold dark corridors, stainless steel utensils, the medical examiner. So I want to ask about Carl Linsky. He sends me a copy of the autopsy report. What if I ask about Sylvia Linsky? If we ask about Sandra Larson? Okay, I don't think he knows about anything else. Because he's just the medical examiner. They're in my head, they're in my head! I wonder what that meant. It's a song from Parappa 2. Body was cool to the touch. Fixed vigor in his extremities, and we already wrote this down. He has a burr hole in his skull. They're in my head, he said. Something got put into Carl's head. And he has massive damage to his spinal cord caused by the severe impact. He threw himself off a thing. Maybe something forced him to throw himself off the bridge. Hard to tell in a short drive. Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like it was fast. Okay, now that's everything. That's everything there. That should be everything. Okay, let's see. We do want to go to the daughters, but I want to have more to ask her about before we go to her. We can go to the police officer, but maybe we should ask... Maybe we should go to some of these other places before that also. Okay, so let's go to, let's go to Peter Dull. Because he seems dull. He seems like someone you visit maybe once. The insurance agent that wouldn't rule this, wouldn't pay out the $1 million. Okay, autopilot engaged. See if I hit warp. W. I don't know, I'm holding it in, nothing happens. It's hard to tell with the warp. It's hard to tell. How fast am I going? It's going slow? No, that's definitely faster. Hey, it's hard to tell. It's weird. And we pulled him out of a body. We pulled him out of a body. My hands like this when people talk to me. The Golden Gate Bridge over here. Alright, so this is the insurance agent for his dad's life insurance policy. Peter Dull is the vice president of the Trans-America Insurance Company. Most insurance people aren't really exciting, but he's so boring, even looking at him could put you to sleep. Carl Linsky. Mr. Linsky had taken an insurance policy out on himself in July. The amount of the policy was $1 million. As you're certainly aware, there's a clause in life insurance policies that in the event of a suicide, the policy is null and void. Question. Sylvia Linsky. Sylvia Linsky demanded her father's insurance be paid, but the policy becomes void in the case of a suicide. I told her we were sorry, but nothing could be done. She screamed, "We'll see about that," and stormed out of my office. She wanted to prove it wasn't a suicide, because she wants that money. You know about Sandra Larson? I don't know what else this guy would know about. I don't feel like this guy would know about anything else. Alright, thrilling. Okay, now let's go to the warehouse. 4675. 4675 is the warehouse this dude rented. And let's go. Autopilot. Does he make left or right turns? Well, he's got the throttle. He's... I think it's that thing in the center. He's got this hand here for speed. This is how fast we're going. Yeah, because he's slowing it down already. So it is hard to tell. What is he? Got to get it exactly there? Oh, is it skipping when you press warp? I can't tell. I still can't tell what the warp is. The sequel's the more traditional one, no flying parts. Okay. I don't mind the flying parts. It's cool they put it in, but it does seem like a genre mix that is a bit unnecessary. But an 89, yeah, would have been real cool. 89 would have been real cool. They're named like Ace Attorney characters, really? I only did like... I don't think I even finished one case in that. Maybe I did. Maybe the first case of the first game, or like the first part of the first case of the first game. Alright, now this is a warehouse that the dead guy... Oh, crap. Hold on. What was that? What was that? What the hell was that? Let's see. Oh, you have to ask people about... You also have to ask people about these things. MTC Corp Overlord password. Why would you know about these things? From the manual? Okay. Or is this like a hint? You have to find it up at these later. Ask about the Nexus. The password. Insurance. Okay. But what is combat? What's the deal with combat? Defend yourself. Occasionally you'll find yourself in a gun battle. When you first enter a fight, press H for help. The object is to move across the screen and get to the other side. If you don't cross, the goons keep coming. It's not about how many goons you shoot, but whether you get to the opposite side of the screen. Fire several shots quickly and look for an opportunity to move forward. When crouched, your shots will strike chairs, tables. Neither you or the enemy can be effective from the crouched position. You can adjust the level of difficulty of it. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, walk forward, right, crouch down, space fire, escape, run away. Okay. Oh, I should save first. Save first. Shave first. Shave first. Shave first. Save over. one. And I have to remember which one we actually are saving on. I'll just put this on easy, I don't care. Whoa, look at them fall apart. Their bodies fall apart. Wait. Gotta make Look at their whole bodies just fall apart. Are they robots? Why am I getting... This is crazy. Why did they put this? This definitely is mixing genres. That one guy never dies. Gotta shoot him standing up. Okay. That one guy never dies. Because of he gotta be standing up. He's just why are they falling apart? Why are they falling apart like that? Are they clay people? Are they hollow clay people? Are they hollow clay people? I just noticed my limited ammunition. Are they hollow clay people? The guns keep firing even when... Alright, that was easy. Are they hollow ceramic people? I step from the fog-shrouded street into the warehouse that Linsky rented. It's an old brick building located near the docks. The smell of the ocean has been absorbed into the wooden beams and walls, and the atmosphere here is heavy and damp. The floor is cement, and every time I take a step, the whole area reverberates. It's dark inside, the only lighting being a panel of frosted glass windows up near the roofline. I can barely make out what appears to be a small area closed off from the rest of the building. I walk over and check it out. Check it out. Books. Check them out. Books. Check them out. You could shoot crouch, but they don't. Kind of unfair. Yeah, unfair for them. Thank God. What are those guys supposed to be? It just says they're underworld goons. Why do they fall apart like an egg? Like an egg or like an interloper. They fall apart like an interloper that exploded and... Oh my God, I almost spoiled that game. Sorry. I was making a callback. Don't mind me just eating a parsnip chip. Look at the forklift. Old and in poor condition. Move it. Too heavy to lift. Rat trap. Large rat trap looks well used. Move it. You grab the rat trap and it slams shut on your finger, causing extreme pain. I like the voice clips that they put in. Get it? Okay, we got it. Look at the crates. One crate has an uneven hole near the floor. Move the crate. Look at the hole, or get the hole. You reach inside the hole to open it further, and a large black rat grabs hold of your finger. You shake furiously and finally lets go. When you pull your hand out, a small chunk of your forefinger is missing. Does this matter? Is this not good? Is it not good to have that happen? Am I gonna like die because of that? Should I have done this differently? I can't, Is that okay? Is that like supposed to happen? Or am I supposed to use the rat trap on the crate? Okay. I feel like I should reload and see if I can do that differently. There's the rat trap. Can that happen differently? Well, I don't really want to reload because then you have to do this again, right? Oh no, we can just go back in. Can you reset it and do it again? I lost part of my finger? That doesn't seem good. Oh no, you can do this again. You can't use I think this just is supposed to happen like that. Weird. Okay. Ow! What was that weirdness? Forklift. Why did they make a forklift but they never made a knife lift or a spoon lift? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we're a little lighter now. We lost some weight. How does everyone feel about interlopers? All your little interloper buddies are gone, Dave. There's no one here to defend with you anymore. Defend you. To fight against me with you anymore. Desk. Standard metal office desk. Drawer. Side desk drawer with handle. You don't have any allies here anymore. Now it's just all Tex Murphy and bad game fans. And they're on my side. Gold pocket watch. Value $600. Okay. Got some of that. These are some good vegetable chips. If it was Sierra, you'd die, but it was 89, so that I don't know how they handle... You can die in Tex Murphy, I think. The later ones. I don't know if that happens in this too. Check ledger. Last deposit from MTC Corp. Okay, so that's how you learn about MTC Corp. To ask. MTC Corp. Last check to Sonny Fletcher, private investigator. Sonny Fletcher. P.I. got a check from warehouse. Carl's warehouse. Carl's warehouse sounds like a some kind of like a discount shop, you know. Come on down to Carl's warehouse. Down next. Kitchen sets. It's just like a mini mall. Okay, I'll read when. I don't know. Can we get the check ledger? It's just like a mini mall. Cabinet door. Metal cabinet door with round knob. Okay, open the cabinet door. You got Pepto-Bismol. That's for your tum. Get some of that. Band-Aid can. For your hands. Get that. Radiation pills. Expiration date of 2011. They're a relic of an earlier era. Okay, interesting. Calendar. Picture of farm, 2033. The date, October 3, 2033, is circled. Word written above the date is circled, Doomsday. Okay. Calendar says Oct 3, 2033. Doomsday. Warehouse. Okay. It's just like a mini mall. The calendar's fastened down. Like his jacket. It's a nice pixel art jacket. I gotta stop eating these vegetables. I'm so healthy right now with these vegetables. Excavator's a spoon lift? That's true. Well, what's a knife lift? What's a knife lift? File cabinet. Standard black metal file cabinet. There's a fan. 16-inch circulation fan. Move it. Get it. Turn it on. Turn it on. Fan hasn't worked for quite some time. Okay, and then we have a file drawer. File drawer with handle. Move it. Open it. Using the key you found at Linsky's home, you open the file cabinet drawer. So that's what that key's for. And there's a list in there. A list of scientists that may be working on Overlord. Number 1, John Klaus. 2, Maurice Gribble. 3, David Pope. Okay. Scientists on Overlord? I don't know what Overlord is yet. John Klaus. John Klaus. Maurice Gribber. Maurice Gribber. David Pope. David Pope. Just like a mini mall. Can we get that list? Okay, move the file cabinet. No. Okay, go back. Okay. What else? What else we got? A safe, large old-fashioned black floor safe, but we can't open it. Can we move it? Can we open it? It's locked. You don't have the key. Okay, there's a safe here. There's some more crates. Nothing out of the ordinary. Move them. No good. Look at the boxes. Too high to reach the boxes. You need a ladder. Move the boxes. What about this box? You need a ladder. Get it. You don't see a need for that. Move it. I moved it. I don't think I moved it. I need a ladder. Open the box. Can I open the box? You need a ladder. We need a ladder. Or maybe what about a forklift? Or a spoon lift or a knife lift? We need a spoon lift. A scissor lift? There is. Forklift. It's old in poor condition. Can we move it? Can we turn it on? Nothing happens. Can we open it? Can we taste it? Why is taste here? Do what? How oily are the chips? Not that oily. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. They don't seem that oily. No, I'm not noticing any oil. A plow could be a knife lift. I guess it's more of a spoon lift. It's just like a mini newspaper. Article circled on the death of noted scientist Cal Davis. Death caused by an accident in his lab. Okay. Newspaper in warehouse. on death of Cal Davis. Caused by lab accident. Okay, I gotta write that down. Name Cal Davis. Wow, we're getting a lot of names and clues. Crap. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to solve this game at all, but we can try. Standard size office desk with a fax machine. It's operational. There's a message. The message reads, Professor, they're on to you. I suggest you disappear fast. The name at the bottom of the fax is Sonny Fletcher. Sonny Fletcher is a PI. Alright, so Carl Linsky hired Sonny Fletcher to keep an eye on who's after him. Then Sonny told Carl, they're on to you from the warehouse. Okay. Can we take that one? Should we be taking all these? Move it. Move the fax machine. Let's move everything we need to move. Move the desk. Okay, go back. Computer. Hey, Giraffe in. Hey, Lightbone. Operation Overlord, the plan for D-Day? I think it might have been. Look at the computer. Nexus, insert blue pass card. We don't have a... What's that? Pass card verified. Oh, this is Nexus. Oh, this is Nexus. Input blue password. Oh, so these are the possible passwords? Well, I'm going to try Bishop. That was it. The piece missing from the chess set. It was all those possible passwords. It was the piece missing from the chess set. Is Bifo. Bishop. Congratulations, everyone. We got the password. Give yourselves a hand. I'm frustrated with our attempts to find the other scientists working on this project. So far, we've only put together a small list of possible colleagues, and SF is not convinced that all scientists are naive about Overlord. Project notes. So Carl was working on something. I'm frustrated with our attempts to find the other scientists working on this project. Find the other scientists working on this. We put together a small list of colleagues, and SF is not convinced that all scientists are naive about Overlord. So there's other ones working on this Overlord. Isn't this the story from Pandora Directive? This is starting to feel familiar to Pandora Directive. Yeah, we're gonna get that video. Some guy in ad. We're gonna get that video. It's my favorite thing ever too, Mexitron. Might not be too hard. Okay. I discovered that in order to stop the project, I'll need to obtain all of the pass cards and their passwords. But what to do once I've obtained them is unclear. Okay. Need to get all cards and passwords. Isn't this... This seems like the story from Directive. Oh, this is Overseer? Okay. Like Girl Tom. SF believes once a scientist... Oh, Sonny Fletcher is SF, right? Yeah, Sonny Fletcher is SF. Right. So Sonny Fletcher is SF. You're right about these boys. They play for keeps. Watch your steps. SF believes once a scientist is through with his particular phase of work on project, he's eliminated. I completed my work on Overlord a week ago, but I'm still uneasy. I'm going to take my concerns to J. St. Gideon, the former president of Gideon and MTC Corp. Okay. J. St. Gideon, president of Gideon and MTC Corp. Okay. So MTC Corp is working on Overlord, killing scientists. I've had severe headaches throughout the day. Something's wrong inside my head. Oh, so he recorded himself being, they're in my head, they're in my head. I'm doing things that make no sense to me. So that's how they control the scientists. They drill something into their head and then kill them after they're done working on the Overlord. Oh, man. Let's move the computer. Let's look at the printer. Standard laser printer. Let's move it. Let's take it. Let's take it. One end, fasten it one end, it won't break free. Let's open it. Let's turn it on. Let's turn it off. Let's turn it on again. Let's get it. Let's look at it. Let's get it. we print it? Can we print screen? Can we print screen? Is this my card? I didn't know we had a card. I don't remember us getting a card. Maybe the card was right here. Bishop. Bishop is his password. Okay. So we gotta find these other we gotta maybe find Sonny Fletcher. He's pretty important. Sonny Fletcher, maybe some other scientists. And ask about St. Gideon, maybe find him or ask people about him. Okay. Print screen. He'll apple again. If only J. St. Gideon had been given his gabagool, but it wasn't. Now look where we are. Did we look at this crate? No. And what's this over here? Some kind of robot? Some kind of vacuum cleaner? Some kind of shop vac? Look at the machine. A large machine is called an alpha wave processor. It's an alpha wave processor. Get it. Move it. Open it. Turn it off. Turn it on. It's on. Move it. Okay, I don't know. Crates. Carefully examine the crates but find nothing out of the ordinary. Except for ammunition. Except for this ammunition right here. What about that? Okay, so there's like this, get a hernia if you move the crates. So there's like this, we need a ladder. We don't have a ladder though. We have the forklift. Can we move something to climb up? Like move this desk? Do we not examine this desk? Ginger metal office desk. I don't look at this computer. Can we move the desk to climb up there or move the file cabinet? I think I tried moving everything though. Did I try moving the calendar? Nothing behind it. Okay. Game's pretty cool. They're doing it. Hey, Didri. St. Gideon. Yep, Bible guy. They're doing something cool. Oh, a stepladder right over here. Okay. They're doing something cool with like the detective stuff, even though it has a very simple interface, very early simple interface. Some crates. We got some 3-1 oil. Some 3-1 oil. All right, we got some Earl. We got a little bit of a key here. The key to a safe. Okay, we got the key to the safe. It's all been right here. A step ladder. We get the step ladder. Storage shelf. On the storage shelf is some tape. Oh, you see, you need to get tape? Blue Bishop. Oh, that's where you find the password. The piece of masking tape says Blue Bishop. Remove the shelf. Okay, so that's how you find the password if you didn't figure it out earlier. If you're not a puzzwiz. If you're a dumb whiz. If you're a non-Sunlander. Okay, so we can open the safe. Where was that safe? It was like over here. And then there's also the desk key here. Please don't set off any alarms. That would suck. The cabinet door was... No, there's a safe somewhere. Where was that safe? Where was that safe? Where was that safe? The safe was... Open this door. It's already open. Look in it. Where was the safe? There was a safe somewhere in here. Oh, over there, that black thing. Safe. Open. Safe. Insurance policy. A life insurance policy from the Trans-American Insurance Company on Carl Linsky. Face value is $1 million. Sylvia Linsky is the beneficiary. Let's take it. Let's scratch out the name. Okay, now we look at the boxes. We open this box because we have the stepladder now. Using the stepladder, you open the box. Inventory is handled automatically. We look at the lamp. An antique lamp has a street value of $1,500. So I'm assuming I'm supposed to sell these things if I find an item that says it has a street value of something. I'm assuming I sell it. He's just marching. He's a marcher, this guy. Okay, let's save the game first of all. Let's save over 2. Inventory. We have a huge inventory. I'm assuming I sell this stuff. Like, sell the lamp, right? Why would it just... Wait, where's the lamp? It's right here. It says it has a street value of $1,500. Does that mean I sell it? I don't know. I don't know if I need more money. Like, this this watch has an $800 value. It says it has a street value, but the Pepto-Bismol has a street value too. What value do these things have? What are these pills? What were these pills? Oh, radiation pills. A can? I can get $1 for this can. Can of Band-Aids. Why is it called a can when it's filled with Band-Aids? I'm going to forget this pass card is worth $1,000. This list of scientists that may be working on Overlord, $200. You can pawn this stuff if you don't need it, which is cool. What's the oil called? Not 3-1. WD-40. It's called 3-1. What does 3-1 mean? Some like mix of the oil, mix of the oil. I don't know if you're supposed to sell things that have a street value. I'm guessing yes, but we don't need money right now, so I won't bother. Oh, you can reclaim things if you need them. It can sell the combination to a safe. Okay, well. Let's go to Sylvia now. We've got a lot to ask her about. We got a lot to ask Sylvia about. The guy who's dead's daughter. Ask her about some stuff. Navigation computer. Nav code. 4421. Exit. Autopilot. Let's go. You guys want to see this Goomba? Check it out. Look at this Goomba. Isn't that cool? I feel like this seems faster than before. This seems pretty fast. I don't even know what it is, a toggle. It just seems really fast. It seems weird when I'm toggling. You guys see this Goomba over here? The warp is weird. Like, I've been pressing it, doesn't seem like it's changing anything. I've seen Band-Aids come in tins too, but they should call it Band-Aid tin. Don't make me memorize that it's a Band-Aid can. I've seen it too, I'm old too. Deek. Come on, warp. Warp, you piece of crap. Hey, Adept. I think it's on warp now. It's really hard to tell if it's on warp. My God. God, it feels like Outer Worlds took forever to play. But it really was only half of a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, half of a Tuesday. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Yeah. It was really like, I guess it was just like less than a week. But it seems like my whole everything became Outer Wilds. Everything about my mind. It infested my mind. The bell chimed inside, and after a moment, Sylvia opened the door. She wore a pale blue blouse and white shorts that were short enough to be friendly. She was as beautiful as ever, with her soft blonde hair and clear blue eyes. I knew I was starting to fall for her. Careful, I reminded myself. She's a client, and falling for a client is dangerous in my business. Still, if only I knew how she felt for me. Hey, lady. Girl, let's ask about your dead father, Linsky. He was happy at USF NC463. That's his office. We already have that code. Then he took a leave of absence to do some consulting work. Ask about NSF. Carl's last business. Overlord. Nexus. I gotta write down like things. Gideon. Write down things to actually ask about. Cal Davis. Dead scientist. The other scientists. I guess I have all the notes. I can just go through these if I'm thinking of something to ask about. Doomsday. Maybe ask about Doomsday. October 3rd thing. You can ask about lab. The lab. You can ask about lab, maybe. Lab or secret lab. Lab or secret lab. I'm just writing these down in my notes because I had the thought too. You were disinterested with Outer Wilds. He was happy at USF. Then he took a leave of absence to do some consulting work, and his whole personality changed. I'm sure he was in some sort of trouble. Because of this, I don't believe he committed suicide. I've lost both my father and the insurance money. I'm going to find out why. If you need to look through his apartment, it's located at NC4660. We already had that. Let's threaten her. Hey, Sneaky Anna. Hey, Richard on Retro. Outer Wilds is one of those games where if you're just... You have no clue what's going on if you just, if you don't play it from the beginning. Unfortunately, yeah, it's one of those games, but it's awesome. Hey, ooh, a ghost. That's a good, yeah. I always get this side. Pose like this. Look at people like this. Question. Tell me about secret lab. Lab. Tell me about lab. Tell me about Carl's lab. Carl's lab. Carl apostrophe? No, Carl lab. Tell me about Carl's lab. Tell me about date tonight, eh? Date tonight? Tell me about date. Hey, Mr. Mincho. Tell me about neck pain. Tell me about Carl's lab. Oh, you mean our dog? MTC Corp. Sorry, can't help you out there. Tell us about NSF. The National Security Foundation. Tell us about Overlord. Tell me about Nexus. Tell me about J. Saint Gideon. Can you help me? Can you help me with anything? Doomsday. Can you help me with anything? Cal Davis. Anything. Can you help me with anything at all, eh? What can you help me with? You can't help me with nothing. You can't help me with the damn thing. Peter Doe. Peter Doe's a pompous ass. That's the insurance agent. Sandra Larson. My father had taken her out several times. I was glad to see him with someone other than that pig, Dolores. When Dolores found out, she was fit to be roasted. Dolores. Light body. Relax my shoulders. Relax my shoulders. It is relaxed. It's right here. It's right here. Dun, 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 dun. Stephen Hawking. Tell me about Interloper. At the end of the universe. Dolores and my father had talked about getting married. I always felt she had seduced him by black magic because there was no other way my father would have fallen for a woman like her. I wonder if she, like, was tied into whatever she was doing. He was doing. Suicide? What was the SF dude's name? Sonny Fletcher. Does she know the... She doesn't know him. We could try the other scientist, but I don't think she'll know. Can I ask about the warehouse? Can help you there. Okay. Let's go talk to the policeman officer. Let's ask her about date tonight. Alright, let's go to the police officer. 4680. Let's go talk to the police officer. We can probably get some information from him about, like, at least Sonny Fletcher. 4680. Date tonight, you and me? Date? Date tonight? Laboratory? Maybe. I don't think she would know about the lab, though. She probably would have told us. I'm gonna eat some parsnips while we fly. We have warp on? This is pretty fast.
Now just don't forget, this ain't kung fu. Come on again. Check and turn the signal to the right. Check and turn the signal to the right. Step on the gas, now turn to the right. Step on the gas, now turn to the right. Check and turn the signal to the left. Check and turn the signals to the left. Step on the gas, now turn to the left. Step on the gas, now turn to the left. Step on the brakes. Step on the brakes. Do you know why we stopped the car again? Do I know why we stopped the car again? That's because you just got your license. Woo-hoo! Yes!
Way to go, Parappa. A little snack while we fly, you know? Step on the gas. Like Draken. It's that 3D. That 3D look. Takes forever to land the thing. It takes forever to get down off the altitude. Literally forever. Alright, so this is the police office. I enter the West Precinct station near the Bay Bridge. Walking down the narrow corridor, see a number of posters in support of the law and order political party. I guess we have to ask about Law and Order. Law and Order political party. I find the office of Police Detective Steve Clements and walk in. Clements greets me with his usual belligerency. What do you want, Seamus? He snarls. Whoa, why does he look like that? Why does he look like he's in like a Broadway play as like a shady guy? What are you doing here? Tell me about Carl Linsky, the guy who died. Why are you getting interested in him? I get it. His daughter wasn't happy with our investigation. She's knocking the hell out of cops over a simple suicide. Well, she's wasting your time and her money. We got a witness named Bash Daggett who saw him jump off the bridge. He even left a suicide note. Bash Daggett. And we got the suicide note. Bash Daggett. Witness. He even left a suicide note. He hands me the note. We got to look at the note. The note reads, Sylvia, I'm too tired and too sick of leaving. Please forgive me, Dad. How much more proof does the girl need? Question. Note. Question. Laboratory. Question. Sonny Fletcher, the PI that he hired. Tell me where he is. Fletcher, yeah, me used to be on the force. I think he's a PI now. Where is he? Where's his house? Give me a... I don't want to bribe him without... I might screw up. Step on the brakes. Is it Parappa? Yeah, it's the music in our car. We're listening to Parappa in the car. Fletcher... Can I do like Fletcher's office? Something? How would I look that up? Blaze Wiener? Blaze Wiener? You know Blaze Wiener? Do you know Sandra Larson? I wonder if Sandra Larson is the one who put like the burr in his head. Peter Dahl? Insurance agent? Kind of pointless. Sylvia Larson, the guy's daughter. Did I spell it wrong? Sylvia Larson? Sylvia Linsky. The heck? She's headstrong and thinks she knows everything, but she's a good-looking dame, and that's for sure. I heard she's a bit frisky, so watch yourself. Bash Daggett. I'm afraid the nicest thing I can say about Daggett is that he's the ultimate low-life scumbag. You'll find him past the Mission District. Use NC4657. I don't know how we find Sonny Fletcher, but if we could find him, that would be really good. So we've got a new place to go. Can we ask about Overlord? Can we ask about Overlord? Why do I keep adding the A? Can we ask about Overlord? Overlord. Can we ask about Nexus? Can we ask about MTC Corp? Or can we ask about MTC Corporation? No. Okay. Can we ask about J. St. Gideon? Can we ask about Kyle Davis? Another dead scientist? Wouldn't he know about that? Can we ask about the NSF? Can we ask about Law and Order? That weird group? A lot of police officers think the Law and Order party is just what this city needs, but that outfit scares me. Okay. Can we like show him something? If we say like, can we ask him about like the tape we found? Or like other proof we found? If we ask him about insurance? Insurance? I didn't know about an insurance policy on Linsky. He doesn't know about it. About that too. Insurance. Look how shifty he looks. Look at shifty eyes. Look at his shifty eyes, man. Look at his shifty eyes. Tell me about date tonight. Yeah, it's like kind of like Outer Wilds. Seems kind of like Outer Wilds. Okay, save. We'll save over 3. Save over 3. Let's get out. I don't want to see what happens if you try to bribe this guy. Like if I don't know what the Sonny Fletcher. And then we say bribe. Not interested in your bribes. Keep your money. Keep your money. I'll tell you what I know. Let's threaten him. I'll tell him if he doesn't tell me what he knows. I'll take him outside and I'll make him wish he'd never been born. Big mistake. Before I have a chance to do any more than shoot my mouth off, 2 guys appear from nowhere, work me over pretty good and knock me out. As I regain consciousness, I groggily realize I'm being thrown out the front door. It's cool that it has the same actors and everything from the later Tex Murphy games, but they're just... Can we still talk to this guy normally? Tell me about love. Bash Daggett. So is there no penalty? Maybe there's no penalty toward whatever we did. Maybe there's no penalty unless you threaten somebody who's really would want to kill you. But we'll load anyway. Tell me about Angry Fish. Alright, we'll go to Bash Daggett. Still gotta figure out where Sonny Fletcher is. 4657. This is the witness that saw the this is the witness that saw what's his face die. So he says he saw what's his face die, but he's a lowlife, so he easily could have paid. I think I'm on warp now. We might be dealing with another Angelina here. I hope not. I don't think this is going to be our sister. Mechanic I'm missing on 16 on the manual. Oh yeah, I didn't look at that because I thought it was like tells you what to do. Here's the information you need to begin the case. Carl Linsky, he worked at the office, we know that. Sylvia Linsky lives there, we knew that. John Richards, medical examiner, we did that. Dolores Lightbody, we did that. Steve Clements, we did that too. Go visit these people and ask questions about names you've found. Be sure to use people's full names. You should also ask about all the following. I did. Following pages contain instructions on how to move around. You talking about this, the getting started? Whoops. You talking about this, the getting started stuff over here? Use full names. They did use full names. Talking about this is page 16. Which mechanic are you talking about? So it also says to ask about pass card and password. Oh crap. Hold on, I'm not even on the screen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We can always go back to him and keep doing what we're doing here. Why do they just fall apart? I don't understand that. Are these robots? You die. Ouch, ouch. Ouch. We're good, we're good. This is not that hard, and it's on medium too. It's actually very easy. It's just time consuming. It's not that hard. Oh boy. They're really close though. Ow, ow, ow. Really close, really close. Oh my god. Alright. Come on. What do I do? Can't get any closer. Is this not easy as I thought? Go, 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 go. Dun, 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 dun. They weren't kidding about this being, it's only one song in the whole game. This sounds like something from like, this sounds like something from a kid's toy. Where you'd push the button. You push the button on some kid's toy. And it plays that song. Hey B8, you have another version of the manual? That's the one I got with GOG. What's the mechanic? You can just type it. There's a section named User, Secretary, and Informant. Okay. Let's see what it says. Using the autopilot, landing at your destination, searching room. Okay, that's on page 18 for me. Your secretary, Vanessa, and your informant, Lee Chin, are valuable sources of info. Call them on video phone by pressing V or L for your speeder. All right, thanks, Vanat. Yeah, like I was saying when we were playing Outer Wilds, if I'm missing mechanics, I don't care if you just tell me. Okay. It's really telling you multiple times to just ask about these like 8 things. MTC Corp, Gideon, Enterprises, Overlord, Passcard, Password, Law and Order, Nexus, Insurance. Okay. Some people have to be bribed or threatened. Like this guy, probably. Well, they weren't kidding about this being a rough neighborhood. Blown out, wasted buildings are occupied by the bottom rung of society. You'd have to have a jungle mentality to survive here. I find a suitable place to wait. I'm hoping to see the guy who witnessed Linsky's suicide. Clemens showed me a mugshot of Daggett, whom he described as the ultimate low-life scumbag. I finally see the guy. Looking at him quickly dispels the myth that a little inbreeding never hurt anyone. Whoa, what is even going on here? Question him. Oh, we're gonna have to threaten this guy big time. We're gonna have to threaten this guy. Who redeemed snacks time? Yeah, we're eating the vegetable crisps noodle. We ate some vegetable crisps. They were good. They're good. They're very good. They're very good. Or like they're like the same nutritional They're like the same fattening components as like regular chips. But I guess they have, like, potatoes really don't have much nutritional value, I don't think, like regular potatoes. Tell me about Sonny Fletcher. Okay, tell me about Carl Linsky. He said he witnessed his suicide. Stick it, fish face. Oh, really? I'm going to threaten you. Time to get threatened. No time for diplomacy. I threaten to bash and crack heads if I don't get the right information. I slam my fist into his soft, flabby stomach and he buckles over. I then catch his chin with a solid haymaker that sends him staggering back. That sends him staggering back. This is staggering back against the wall. Okay, that's enough. I'll talk. There we go. Yeah, I saw the old Grizzard jump, but the whole incident was outrageously bizarro. The old geek walks by like Dawn of the Dead. Then when he was about 30 feet past me, he climbs over the barrier and nosedives into the bay. The amped old buzzard didn't even hesitate. Oh, what else would we want to... Let's ask about... I guess we ask about all the stuff the manual's telling me to ask about. MTC Corp. Gideon Enterprises. Overlord. Pass card. I think this guy can only help me. Sounded like he was under mind control. Law and order. No way, I got nothing to say. Wait, what? Let's threaten him again. That's it. The Goon Squad. That's the Goon Squad political party that wants to force the freaks out of town. He's making me punch him, beat the crap out of him. Nexus Insurance. Like, who hired you to... I feel like somebody might have hired him. Let me ask him about himself. What was his name? Bash Godot? What was his name? Bash Daggett. Bash Daggett. My time's valuable. Don't give anything for free. Threaten. Can we kill him? You got a daughter or relative you'd like to line me up with? There's a mechanic for you, Lenny, down at H&J Auto Body. Yeah. Wait for the new snacks. He's wearing a Roman helmet. I think he's wearing a headband? I can't tell. I can't tell if he's wearing a weird hat or what. Beautiful eyes. Those are beautiful eyes. Let's see. What else would we even ask about? I mean, he was the witness of the murder. I want to see if somebody hired him. He doesn't know about Sonny Fletcher. I'd want to see if somebody maybe hired him. Gideon? Jay? Oh, I didn't mean to threaten him some more. I didn't mean to do that. J. Saint... Period? Oh, you can type a period. J. Saint Gideon. I don't think we need to do anything else with this guy. Okay, so when we're in here... Yeah, I didn't... Okay, let's pay attention to everything in here. There's external views, too. Let's look at those. That's pretty cool. Yes, thrilling. Look at these external views. Look at this. That's below, down. It is like Outer Wilds. This always happens, how we play a game, and then we play another game that for some reason... Wait, I can move the camera? Okay, but enough of that. It is cool. Wait, hold on, I'm doing something. Move my car. This is a manual move. Alright, so external views, hover up and down, toggle warp. Do you toggle warp when you're like here? You'd think there would be like a warp key, something like that. Okay, so phone Vanessa, who's your secretary, and your informant is Lee Chin. There's a navigation computer, the inventory, load and save, engine sound on and off, bank control on and off, auto pitch, auto toggle, help. Okay. Abort game. No, I don't want to abort my game. Hey, Monte Avocado. Yeah, look at these different views. Look at this. Look at the beautiful city. City of San Francisco. Ah, it's beautiful. Alright, so let's do informant, which is L. Learning. Our informant will probably know about Overlord. He'll probably know about Sonny Fletcher, too. Oh, it's
What can I help you with today?
Yo. What's up? This game would have been so cool in '89. This game would have been so cool back then. This game is actually amazing for '89. What, I wasn't born yet. but if I had been born, I bet I would have thought this was cool. Just the things they're doing, like the ideas they're implementing for the time are really, really cool. They made a really cool they made a really cool game system here. Though I would say, yeah, for some of those 2D scenes, the pixel art is not, even though it's more realistic, it's like digitized real art. It's definitely not up to snuff when it comes to like Sierra stuff that was out at the time. Like even King's Quest 4. I mean, like King's Quest 4 was out around before this, a year before this. No, it's not, but it is kind of more like of like a VGA style. So I don't know how I would have thought about it back then. Not that I was born then. No, this game came before King's Quest 5. This was 89. King's Quest 5 was like 90 or 91. Tell me about Overlord.
Sorry, can't help you.
Oh man, there's voice. She has voice. Nexus.
Sorry, can't help you.
I'm gonna threaten. Can we threaten her? Can we threaten her? MTC Corp.
Sorry, can't help you.
What is Sonny Fletcher? We gotta find out where he is.
Make me an offer.
Oh, I gotta pay you money. $100.
It's worth more.
$200.
It's worth more.
$300. $399. $399.99. $399.99. $399.
It's worth more.
$400.
It's worth more.
$400. $500.
It's worth more.
Just tell me how much you want. $600. $699. $600.
It's worth more.
$700.
It's worth more.
$800.
It's worth more.
$900.
It's worth more.
$1,000.
That seems fair.
Why don't you just tell me how much you want? It's worth more. Tell me about... Did she give me the information? I didn't see it.
Make me an offer.
Wait, I totally missed it. I missed it. Did I save the game? I just saved the game, right?
That seems fair.
I missed it. Where was the information? Oh, over there. Processing facts. Oh, processing facts. I missed that because I was busy. This is before Countdown. Dio Loco. You can tell because it's way more primitive than Countdown. Countdown is more of like a traditional adventure game. This is, it's a little rough, but it's cool. It has cool ideas, you can tell. Yeah, Dio. Hey, Mr. Radio. Used to have this game as a kid and it made you feel like you were looking at something naughty. I could see that. I could see that because it's got a little bit of a bite to it. Yeah, yeah, it's the same with like if you had Leisure Suit Larry back when it came out, it was like porn level stuff, you know. I remember seeing my grandfather had it, and I was like, my grandfather has porn, but it's like nothing now, you know. And my grandfather's a disgusting pervert. He has Leisure Suit Larry. It was a totally different feel back then. Not that I was alive in '89. Hey, Rich the Slow Lane. It's worth more. Yeah, I wrote that. That's what I was writing down. You have a fax. Quit. Reload. No, reload. Quit and reload. So you had this game, Mr. Radon? Did you play the next one too? Did you play the next one too? Martian Memorandum. It's worth more. Okay, let's try that again. So, Lee. I bet you could just pay. You could just pay and get the information. And then get the facts. I wonder if you have to. I don't know. I don't know if you have to actually. Mr. Radon, thank you for the gift sub.
What do you need, Murphy?
Thank you very much. I don't know if you have to, like, if this is a game where you have to look at things to trigger the end of the game, or if you can just find all the clues and then like beat the game. If you know where to go, you can beat the game at the beginning of the game, just like Outer Wilds. Thank you, Mr. Radon. You have them all on Steam, but you only played Mean Streets, so you never played Martian Memorandum. Mr. Radon. Mr. Raydon is an N64 wrestling streamer and Xena streamer. N64 wrestling and Xena streamer. Sonny Fletcher. Whoops, I typed it in my chat. I typed it in chat. Sonny Fletcher.
Make me an offer.
Cool. This is cool. This is so cool. She's talking to me. This lady's really talking to
That
me.
seems
I never
fair.
talked to a lady before. This is great. Yeah, these graphics are incredible. And I'm going to be arriving at 110. Okay. Give me the facts. Give me the facts. Let me have the facts. Let me have the facts. How do we get the facts? I gotta wait a minute. Is this real time? Wait, is this game timed? Oh, I hope this game doesn't have a timer. Oh, God. Wait, it might. Oh, God. Is this one of those games where I have to restart over and over? It has a timer. It has days. Now, I'll do my best. I'll see what we can do. I don't feel like we've been wasting any time. Come on, let's go. When does time pass? What do I have to do to make time pass? Check out my fax machine. Maybe we just talk to her some more. Or let some time pass. It's worth more. So we find out about Sonny Fletcher. We get his location. She doesn't know about Overlord?
What do you need, Murphy?
She's our ears on the street. She's our ears and eyes on the street. Gideon Enterprises. Did you finish this, Mr. Raydon? Enterprises.
Sorry, can't help you.
I don't really have anything to ask her about. J. Saint Gideon.
What's it worth?
Oh boy, this again. 500.
It's a deal.
Oh, sick. Estimated arrival 114. Okay, we have to wait. You don't think this is as bad as Countdown when it comes to time? Did Countdown have time too? I don't even remember. I just remember the one voice clip. Get Scorpio. And the one part where you had to navigate through the building, and it was really annoying in Countdown. That's all I remember on the avocado. Timeline of their adventure games: Mean Streets, Countdown, Martian Memorandum. Oh, Countdown was before Martian Memorandum. Countdown was seemed fine to play. Countdown seemed fine. Amazon Guardians of Eden, we have to play that, and then Under a Killing Moon. We still have to play Amazon. Was the PS1 timed game in a small town, Mizurna Falls, Mexitron? No, it's impossible. This game's impossible. They upped the humor. There's a bit of humor in this, so crates. Alright, so we got a fax about J. St. Gideon. Sorry for tapping on my Sandra Larson.
Sorry, can't help you.
How about Carl Linsky?
What's it worth?
300.
It's a deal.
Wow! She's giving us good deals now. We got a bunch of faxes. Getting a bunch of faxes from this lady. I can't think of anything else to ask. Bye. Bye.
Sorry, can't help you.
No, I'm saying bye. Sorry, I can't help you. Okay, now we gotta, alright, we get some faxes, baby. Fax time, baby. Yeah, Mizurna Falls. Okay, Sonny Fletcher stays at some rundown apartment in LA, 5170. Okay, we got his. $51.70. Okay, cool. Sonny Fletcher, that's the PI who was working for Carl. Sick. Carl Linsky's San Francisco address. Oh, I already had his address. Okay, so that was a waste of money. So there's different ways to find the same clue. J. St. Gideon's address, who is the head of the corporation that's running this Overlord thing, we got his address. It's worth more. So she gives us addresses. It seems her purpose is to give us addresses on people. It seems that's her purpose. That seems to be her purpose. So if we go back to her again, we should type every single name into her. That's like dialing into the modem.
What can I help you with today?
Welcome, you've got mail. Okay. Blaze Wiener? Blaze Wiener? I feel like Blaze Wiener is just a joke, because it's like, this is one of, like, Carl's students.
Make me an offer.
You know where Blaze Wiener lives? $100.
No deal.
Oh. 200.
That seems fair.
$200. We got Blaze Wiener's address. All right, we got Blaze Wiener. I didn't think he was related. I don't think he's related to this case, but maybe. I thought we asked about Sandra Larson, but she doesn't know.
Sorry, can't help you.
Just know that. Blaze Wiener, just everyone's name. John Klaus.
Make me an offer.
You know John Klaus, the scientist that worked on Overlord. 200.
No deal.
No deal. It's worth more.
No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
I guess I'll go up in 200s.
That seems fair.
All right, we got John Klaus. We got Blaze Wiener. How about Maurice Gribble? Do we have to go to all of their addresses? Maurice Gribble.
Sorry, can't help you.
You don't know Maurice Gribble? You know John Klaus, though. Did I type it right? Maurice Gribble.
Sorry, can't help you.
I hope I have the name right. Name right? Let me make sure I have the name right. Name right? I'm going to make a note. David Pope.
Sorry, can't help you.
Okay, so just one of the scientists. How about Cal Davis, the dead scientist?
Sorry, can't help you.
Okay, Bash Daggett, we know where he is. I don't think we have any other names. I think it's it. Okay. Get out of here. Get our facts. Oh, we gotta wait a minute. Does the time go? If we just sit here, does the time go? If we just sit here and wait? So that's what we need money for. Blaze Wiener, can you take her on a date? Probably not. Why would you want to go out on a date with a person? Oh, let's say, talk to Bash Daggett if you want to find Blaze. Oh, okay. I gotta write that down. I'm gonna write that down at the top here. To do. Ask Bash about Blaze. Okay. Ask Bash about Blaze. So that was Blaze. Now we should be getting another fax soon. Because we also have John Klaus. At least one more fax. John Klaus. At least one more fax from John Klaus. Game works weird. Here we go. This should be John Klaus. Talk to Dolores Lightbody. She may know where to find John Klaus. They were lovers. That's weird. Dolores. Also, I think Dolores is killing the scientists. Okay. Dolores Lightbody was John Klaus lover. The same lady was the lover of two scientists who worked on Overlord that got killed? I don't think so. I don't think so. Homie don't play that. Homie don't play that. Plus, she's real suspicious. You've been spreading the grind to everyone you know, Fat Fat? Awesome. I'm happy that you are spreading happiness and joy across the land. Alright, this game's cool. I like this game. This game's pretty sick. We're on save 3. I can remember that. Actually, I'll write it down in my notes. We're on save 3. I hope it, like, actually saved and it doesn't, like, screw us over, because the save system is weird. I have that written down. Tomorrow, we'll play this tomorrow. Try to finish this tomorrow. I don't know how long it is. We'll play this tomorrow. We ask about Blaze. We confront Dolores, who seems very sinister. We start with save 3. We also go to Sonny Fletcher's location and go to J. St. Gideon's location. So we have a lot to do again. We also have to talk to Vanessa. Talk to Vanessa about things. We haven't talked to her at all. So we have lots to do tomorrow. Lots to do, lots to do. No time, no time. Lots to do, lots to do. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the stream. If you want an Olive Garden gift card, just DM me on TikTok. Let's find someone to raid. I think the GOG charity stream is going on, so let's raid the GOG charity stream. GOG, on the GOG channel throughout the weekend is, I think it's going right now, let me double check, is a charity stream for, the Quebec Breast Cancer Foundation, inspired by D-Lad, who's a great streamer, and unfortunately, you know, passed away. So go check out Braxton Wise is playing Eye of the Beholder right now, and it is 2/3 of the way to the goal already. It's also at gamesnotcancer.com. If you want to support that cause, you can go there. You can also go to the stream. We're gonna raid the GOG stream. So go check out that stream and that cause and everything. I'll be back tomorrow morning. If you want to check out my stuff, Retrograde Tom, Twitter for updates about the stream, and the Discord is good places to get updates about the stream. You can also follow my YouTube for VODs, Retrograde Tom. You can follow my Instagram if you want, but that's probably not a smart move. And follow the channel, turn on your Twitch notifications to know when the stream goes live. Thank you. Thank you for watching. We finished Outer Wilds and we started Tex Murphy, the first Tex Murphy. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. You can get free unlimited bread. That's right, B8. You got one of those, right? Junker, Galaxy Gold TJ, Sneaky Anna, Abby, Praximo, everyone, thank you. I'll see you in your dreams. What is this music? It's great. Whatever it is, this is good. Very good. I'll see you tomorrow. See you in your dreams. Thank you, everybody. Except for Dave. Dave is banned from the stream.